Well, I've had a piece of chicken. I've had a little drink. I've looked at all the girls, given one or two a wink. I'm sitting in my seat, radio to my ear, the Star-Spangled Banner, and the crowd's opening cheer. I've been waiting since last Saturday, see another one beat. Friends, it's time once again to let the big dog eat. It's time to let the big dog eat. It's time to hear the bulldog beat. It's time. 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 It's time to leave the red and black. It's time. It's time to bring the bulldogs back. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. I love to go back to Athens town. I love to jump up when they hunker down. I love to see the red coat spell the name. I love to talk about that bulldog thing. It's time to get the bulldog grin with 75,000 of your closest friends. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. To feel the bulldog heat. It's time to let the big dog eat. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time to get the bulldog grin with 75,000 of your closest friends. It's time. It's time. It's time. Is it time? It's time. It's time. Well, they bite in Athens town and they bite away from home.
Stadium is worse than bonkers.
Don't matter where they are, cause winning is the sweetest bowl.
Got a touchdown in the corner.
When the red and black appeal, you know those dogs are right.
Oh, you hurt the walker.
Cause before it's all over, you're gonna see the bulldogs bite.
45, 40, 40, 1,
Hunker down, Harry Dog.
Hunker down, Harry Dog.
Hunker down for a fight.
Hunker down for a fight.
When you beat the Georgia Bulldogs, you're gonna feel the bulldog. Ever seen a bulldog ready for his meat? Well, to try to hold it back is a near impossible feat. It'll do your spirit good when you see that bulldog bite. But jump to your feet when you see those bulldogs bite. Hunker down, Harry Dog.
Hunker down, Harry Dog.
Hunker down for a fight.
Hunker down for a fight.
When you beat the Georgia Bulldogs, you're gonna feel the bulldog bite.
Now do your boom, Adam.
Boom! A little premature on it.
Yeah, I think we're good. Hold up just a second, folks.
We
I
do
gotta
this
get my
every
ducks in
single
a row.
time that we go on air on one of these bad boys. We got to figure out if we have the mute button on. If we don't have the mute button on, is the audio working? But Clark, I'm glad that you know how to do this stuff because I don't. I'm glad you know how to make a live video recording. That
Blake
we can
says
send out.
we are loud and clear. Good to know.
Good.
Thank you, Blake.
Good,
You always
good,
pull
good,
through
good,
for us out
yes, yes.
We're fighting
Houston,
Adam
Texas.
with Jake Paul, no pun intended, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson for viewership tonight.
Yeah.
We've got this on the background, and interesting fight. I don't really care for Jake Paul. What about you?
I don't like Jake Paul. I don't like what he stands for. I don't guess. I really don't know, but I just from what I hear, but I hope that Mike Tyson does to Jake Paul what hopefully Georgia's going to do to Tennessee tomorrow night, baby, about the same time.
Yeah. I'm pulling for Mike Tyson too.
Yeah. So,
so we're fighting with viewership. High school football is done. So,
in some areas of the state, it's not
true.
done.
That
in
is
some areas of the nation that it is done. But yeah, man. So I hope everybody is, nice and warm out there, getting a little chilly in the state of Georgia, which I love, and just having a good Friday night, man. And Clark, would you venture to say that this call-in show is different than any of the other ones we've done the previous 4 seasons?
Yeah, 100%. The reason being, we're sitting here with 2 losses in the middle of the season. So it's weird. It feels really weird to be in this position, not only as a Georgia football fan, but as row 60. This is just unprecedented for us.
We've been blessed.
As fans, though, we've been here before, just not in the playoff era, not in the Kirby Smart
not
era.
in the row 60 era.
2016,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, man. We're sitting here, we're doing this show probably off the worst Georgia performance since 2017. I would say that was the worst Georgia performance since Georgia went to Jordan-Hare Stadium in November 2017 and got destroyed in Auburn, Alabama that day. And I think this call-in show is going to be fun in the sense of I can't wait to hear everybody's opinion, and I want everybody to be honest, whether it's glass half full, glass half empty. That's fine. That's why we have these shows, and usually it's all been sunshine and rainbows here because golly, we've been blessed, we've been spoiled, and heck, I want everybody though to still be optimistic, excited about this football game tomorrow night because Georgia still controls its own destiny, man, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be tough, and I'm ready to talk ball.
Yeah,
ready to talk ball.
Ought to be good.
Or bad. We'll see.
This is funny. Joseph Kennedy, Alex, I'd take another bubble screen for 500. The bubble screens. Man, should we just start talking about the offense?
Yeah, of course.
Adam, we're in a group message with some other guys, and I said this week, I started really thinking, why in the world are we running so many screens? We run screens all the time under Mike Bobo, and it's an extension of the run, right? Like it's more or less a toss sweep to the outside, except you're throwing it through the air, right? You're getting blockers on the outside. But what I'm starting to think is maybe Mike Bobo doesn't trust his offensive line. And if you look and you see earlier in the season, they didn't block that well.
Yeah.
They just didn't. I hate to say it, but they didn't. And I think as time has gone on, he's started to see, well, dang, we can't run it up the middle between the tackles. We can't do that. So we can't abandon the run either. So let's get creative. Let's start throwing these screens. And I think that's what you're seeing now. And it's because of our offensive line. I hate to call out one unit, but I personally, as long as we're just talking opinions here, I think it's offensive line that's at fault for 90% of the problems we're seeing so far offensively.
And for a plethora of reasons.
Yeah.
Injury is one of them. But at Georgia, everybody's beat up. Everybody has injury, so you can't make that as just a monster excuse. So, exactly. But who we got? I want to talk more about that, and I'm sure we will with callers tonight. We got somebody on the line.
Got somebody on the line. Who we got?
Joe from Jefferson.
There he is, Mr. Joe, coming on strong the first call of the night. Mr. Joe, how are you feeling tonight over there in Jefferson?
Oh, Lord, I feel good, boys.
Good.
After the beatdown we had last week, like Coach Donovan said, fired up. Fired up. Drive on.
Yes, sir. I tell you, that was an uncharacteristic performance that we've seen out of a Kirby Smart football team. And, I feel like, though, that Georgia is going to answer. They get punched in the mouth. They're going to answer, and that's what I'm excited to see tomorrow night.
Well, it's been 35 days since we played the Stanford Stadium.
Yes, sir. That's right.
35?
35 days. That's exactly right.
Yeah, that is right. Dang.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. But we're going to do it tomorrow, boys.
So you feel good about it, Mr. Joe? You think we're going to come in there, going to be a completely different ball game, and we're going to win this thing tomorrow night in Sanford Stadium?
That's good.
Good.
Very good.
Good.
I don't have any other feelings about it.
Yes, sir. I agree. I agree. Just how many straight Georgia's not lost a football game at Sanford Stadium since 2000 last decade.
Yeah, you could say that technically.
2019
hasn't been 10 years, but yes,
that's right. So I agree with you, Mr. Joe. I'm feeling as the week has progressed, I felt better about it. The only thing that makes me nervous about it is just the injury reports we see here lingering. The last guy, especially like in the running back room that we've seen that guys are going to be out and injured and banged up. But Tennessee has the same thing of key offensive players too. So that can't be an excuse. You just got to next man up, and hopefully they go out there and perform.
Well, you're right about that, Adam. Next man up.
Come again.
I think it's the next man up.
That's right. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to tell you now, boys, that's 1965.
Yes, sir.
I played a quarterback for Jefferson. And I wasn't a quarterback. I was a halfback. We ran a wing two.
Yes, sir.
Wing two, I was a left half. And a quarterback got hurt. They put me in to be a quarterback.
Yes, sir.
And the linebacker hit me and I fumbled the ball. And the coach got me to the sideline. He said, let me tell you something, son. He said, that ball is like your money. He said, you let them take it from you. He said, don't let nobody take your money away from you. Don't give that ball.
Yeah.
I like it.
Don't let that.
Yes, that ball is like your money. Don't let anybody take your money. I like that, Mr. Joe. You see Mr. Joe out there, Jefferson Dragons running the old wing T back in the day. I love that.
Oh, yeah. It's a fun offense.
Yeah. It was. We wasn't very successful.
Well, I tell you, most teams, it seems like if you don't have the Jimmies and the Joes, I'm not talking about you, Mr. Joe, but just to saying, if you don't have the Jimmies and the Joes, that's oftentimes what you resort to is the wing T. And, that's what some teams do if you want to try to beat other teams who have, more athletes. And you don't really see it much today. I think Navy and Army are about the only two that run the
flex
true
bone.
Is flex bone. I mean, variation of the triple option.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you don't see it much anymore.
Well, guys, I believe we're going to run the ball tomorrow night.
Run the ball.
We're going to run it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I shoot.
It may be sweet end around, something like that, but we're going to run it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. End around, getting guys. I think you're going to have to see with the banged up running back room, Mr. Joe. Nate Fraser's going to have a big game. He's going to be a guy, a true freshman, showed some flashes, but definitely he's got to hold on to the football. He can't fumble the ball tomorrow night, but I think he'll be called upon a lot when we do run the ball. And I think you're exactly right. We'll see some variations of some end arounds, getting Dylan Bells, Aaron Smiths, like we've seen some this year, as far as, little pop passes, jet sweeps and stuff as well.
It's going to be an interesting game. I think Carson may actually get his passing back. If we start running them sweeps and stuff, he can fake it one time and drop back and hit his receiver. And if they can catch it, they haven't been able to catch it.
Yes, sir. I think that's true. The receiver is going to have to play better and catch the football tomorrow, especially on key third down conversions to extend drives and move the chains. You're going to have guys secure the football. When Carson does make a good throw and it hits them, they're going to have to catch the ball. I mean, this whole offense tomorrow is going to have a completely different look than what we've seen the past 5 football games or more. I mean, pretty much outside of really the second half of the opening day in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Clemson. And, I mean, you could say, yes, they did some good things in Austin, Texas on the road. But, really, I mean, I feel like their strongest – like, when you look at where the strongest point game has been for this Georgia offense is really just one half of football in Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Labor Day weekend against Clemson in the second half. And that's an offense that to have any chance of getting to where we want to be at has to show back up to get there, And you're right, but there's so many. You can't just point to one person to do it. You have to point to each room, wide receiver room, offensive line room, a banged up running back room now, and then you got and then of course Carson Beck at quarterback. I mean, everybody's got to play their best. Coaches got to coach their best and put them in the best positions to succeed with the struggling offense, and it's going to have to happen to win tomorrow.
You got that right. And after we beat Tennessee, I'm gonna say bless their hearts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beat Tennessee, man. That's what it's about. One game season tomorrow. I mean, there's no looking ahead to anything else. Your season, you're either still have national championship hopes in front of you if you win tomorrow night, or really, I mean, you might have a 5% chance as a 3-loss team with how difficult Georgia's schedule and the strength of it is. But really, I mean, honestly, it's out the window. The 3-loss team's not making the 12-team playoff, especially after the initial rankings came out Tuesday night. It's going to be that you have to win tomorrow, or basically your season's over as far as any postseason contention, with still 2 regular season games left.
That's right. Well, I guarantee you we won't lose to UMass.
Yes, sir. That's right. We won't lose to UMass. We will not lose to UMass.
We better not.
And I don't think we'll lose to Georgia Tech either at home on a Friday night like that, especially if we win Saturday night. Now, well, that's something to talk about later. We're not going to think like that. We're going to think Georgia's going to pull it out to, tomorrow night. But I do think, I mean, you just finish strong. Finish these 3 games. Get a few weeks to rest. You're going to miss the SEC championship game more than likely. I mean, there's still a scenario out there, but you're thinking you're hoping a lot of different things happen to get there, right, Clark? Mm-hmm. So, but really, you could go ahead and just write that off, basically, and then you get some weeks to rest, get some guys healthier, practice more, and see what happens in the playoffs. Every sport, playoffs is a new season, and teams, I mean, stuff crazy can happen. So I'm excited about that. But to do it all, the first playoff game of the season is tomorrow night at Sanford Stadium.
That's correct. And if we win, we could move back up to number 5.
I think there's a good possibility, Mr. Joe, if Georgia wins tomorrow night, beat another top 10 opponent, and you'll have wins over a number 1 ranked Texas at the time. Now they're number 3. Then you'll have a ranked win over number 7 Tennessee. You'll have a ranked win over a top 20 Clemson program. And I think you can see Georgia fall maybe in between that 8 and 5 spot, which would mean getting to host a first-round playoff game at Sanford Stadium.
That's the best case scenario.
That's best case scenario right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, or it might be that they're below 8 and still make the 12. Either way, if Georgia wins out Saturday, they are guaranteed to make the 12-team playoff. I don't know what seed it'll be, but you just got to win these next 3 games, and you're in. You're as simple as that. Simple as that. They're not going to leave out a 10-2 Georgia team with this schedule out of the 12-team playoff. I don't know where they'll wind up falling, but you'll be in. It's just winning tomorrow night. That's how big it is. I think it's an elimination game for Tennessee too, as well, I believe.
That's good.
Well, Mr. Joe, what's your score prediction for tomorrow?
It's going to be 24-20.
24-20.
24-20. I like that. I can see it.
I could definitely see that.
I can see it.
Low scoring. Over under, I think, is about 49, so that'd be under 40. That's 44, right?
Yep, that's right.
So that's not a bad score, Mr. Joe. I think that. Yeah, I think it's going to be a defensive slugfest. We said that this week in the podcast. Both teams have a respectable, if not really good, defense. Both offenses, I think, have played very inconsistently this year. Even Tennessee's, though,
yes,
they've been more consistent, I would say, than Georgia's has. Obviously, but at times Tennessee struggled too, so definitely a low scoring game.
And Tennessee on the road too, man. You think about how they played Norman, Oklahoma. Yeah, they won that game, but I mean Oklahoma was just pitiful, especially that night, and how it lost in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So I mean, it's not like they've just lit it up outside of Neyland Stadium. So that gives you hope right there too.
Well, guys, I'm going to let you go and y'all have a great weekend and go Dogs.
Yes, sir.
All right, be loud tomorrow night, Mr. Joe. Go Dogs,
Go
baby.
Dogs.
Appreciate you. Good old Mr. Joe. Set the tone for the episode. But yeah, Clark, going back, man, we were talking about before Mr. Joe called in about the screen passes, and I agree 100% with you. It's the more you look at it, the more you start thinking about it. Just the inability that we have had. Have we had how many? I wonder what's the longest running play that we've had from scrimmage.
this year.
between the tackles. Yeah.
Oh,
this year.
There's no telling. It's probably 30, 40 maybe. But yeah, I can't, going back to DeAndre Swift, we mentioned him in the podcast this week too. It seems like, man, he just hit a hole and he was gone. He just blew by the second level, the third level. And, I definitely think all three of our, top three running backs can definitely do that. It just has to be blocked right. And that's the problem here, folks, is in my mind, it's our run blocking. It's not even necessarily pass blocking.
Right.
Now, last week, yes, we were in some obvious passing situations and they whiffed. Several guys did. But man, the inconsistency in run blocking, there's just so little you can do as an offense.
Yeah, no.
If you can't block between the tackles and move up to the second level, if you can't block corners, if you can't block safeties, it's tough, man. If you can't block everybody on the defense, is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. It is, man. And tomorrow in two, yes, they have been banged up. There's been injuries this season to them. And that's why tomorrow, man, I think you need to find your healthiest 5 linemen that you got, plug them in at the best place you have, and leave them out there, man, and let them try to get in some type of rhythm together.
Yeah.
Instead of just mixing them out, as far as get your 5 healthiest ones and put them out there. And that's sort of the point we're at. Do you think we'll see Dylan Bell at running back anymore?
I mean, very well could, especially if Cass Jones is hurt.
If he's not playing, ETN's out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then Branson Robinson's out. Roger Robinson's out. You had probably, going into it, we were talking about in August, Clark, one of the just most exciting running back rooms in the nation, deepest too. And here we are sitting in the middle of November, man, and everybody's just banged up. But that's the schedule this year. I mean, the SEC's done Georgia no favors in this schedule. But, man, I mean, you're not here to make excuses. There's so many daggum things you could point to. And really, everybody can make an argument for where their viewpoint is, whether you're defending these coaches, if you're not defending it. Everybody has a viewpoint that you could say. But ultimately, when you are over it and injuries or not, everybody's banged up. It's on coaching staff, man. And a lot of the time with some of these players that have been healthy at times, they've showed regression since last year. And you can't argue that. And that's on coaching too. So, I mean, it's just there's a lot of just different ways I think you could look at it. If you just sit back and think, take your emotions to the side and think logically about just the whole picture of what this 2024 Georgia football team's doing. And you can do the same thing on the defense side of the football too, from what the Georgia standard has been in some games outside of the Texas game. But Clark, one thing too I thought about, and then I want to get your opinion on this. Georgia's had some defensive games, switch to the defense side of the football, that have been kind of not up to Georgia standard, right? I mean, you think about, obviously, you think about in Tuscaloosa that first half. Man, that wasn't it. But you come back and you play Auburn really well that next week. I know it's Auburn, not a just high-octane offense, but still, you play well, you do what you're supposed to do. You play Mississippi State, Clark. You give up 31 points to Mississippi State, which is just not good. But then you go to Texas and you have one of the most elite defensive performances in 3 years.
Yeah.
So and then last week happened. So I guess what I'm saying is there a trend, Clark, that this Georgia defense times this year where they haven't performed well or what we would think well as a fan sitting in the stands? Then the next week it seems like they put out their best defensive performances that they've had.
I don't know. I don't think defense is the problem. And folks may argue with me on that, but I don't buy it. And the reason I don't buy it's because I think we've been playing pretty good, even in Mississippi State. Yeah, we didn't look great towards the end in garbage time. I just think our offense isn't doing our defense any favors. Hasn't been the whole year. And the one time we did was Clemson, and look what we did. It's 34-3. We hammered the spread, 31-point difference. I think this all lies on the offense, man. I hate to be that way, but it just is. I
didn't think the defensive game plan was really good last week. Period. I think it was one of the worst in the Kirby Smart era. Lane Kiffin,
but you still hold them to
defense,
right? But you still hold them to 28. And man, I don't know. We held Ole Miss to what, 5 field goals?
Yeah, well, the way they attacked the star position and the explosives, man. I mean, I feel like that was a weak link Saturday that it wasn't up to the standard. Now, yes, obviously they didn't have the help of that. It was just overall total team, just not. So that's why I'm thinking, though, Clark, to turn this back into a glass half full thing, that we see a whole different look coming to Athens for the first time, like Mr. Joe said, in 35 days, that you're going to see somebody what's the comment saying about it?
Let's go up here some. All right, this was a good one from Joseph Kennedy. Is it recruiting or coaching when it comes to the offensive line? That's a great question. One, I don't think either of us really know for sure.
I
mean, we have a guess, but
I don't think either way. There's another thing too. I think you could twist it how you want to. I think Matt Luke did a terrible job in his departing class. I think he got. I just don't think his departing class. He did a lot of his success early on Sam Pittman recruits. And yeah, the game has changed in recruiting with NIL and everything since then. You can't maybe build up the depth that you did have before NIL and the transfer portal. But yeah, I think you could point it as both. I think what you're seeing is you probably don't have the guys like we've been used to seeing some on the line, especially at the tackle position. But also you could see one player from last year to the next year has regressed when you're talking about healthy players on the line too, and have not taken that next step forward. So therefore, if you want to blame it on recruiting, yeah, you could point towards Matt Luke and kind of the class that he signed, his last class, and that Cyril's inherited. But then if you could point the guys that Cyril's has had from last year to this year, where their play has been and multiple ones, then you can see there's a regression. So are they being developed right? So, and coaching. So I think, Clark, to me personally, I know I'm just straddling the fence on that one, that there can be an argument made on both sides in that.
Yeah. Thad Glenn says it's time to see if this Georgia team has any stones or offensive line to step up and play better, or has to step up and play better. And Carson has to play with a lot more confidence tomorrow. I completely agreed. Do you want it? Do you want this? Do you want a championship? Because, folks, believe it or not, Georgia still they have as good of a shot, I think, as Oregon does.
Yeah,
anybody in the nation.
It's getting hot and healthy at the right time.
Right. And we haven't gotten hot and we haven't gotten healthy the whole season, literally from start to finish. Now, that's not an excuse. That's why you recruit, but we keep going back to this, NIL era. You don't have the same depth as you did in 2021.
Right. In 2018.
2018.
Thinking about that, man. And, I mean, you had linebackers like Quay Walker and Shannon Tyndall, ready to step up next. I mean, that's the kind of thing that you have. And then, but this linebacking room is deep here at Georgia, but use that as an analogy. But yeah, man, it's something that you look at this and what frustrates me about this area is if this was 2012 and Kirby Smart's blueprint, how to run a program, well, Nick Saban retiring, Kirby Smart here, Georgia would do what Alabama did. Mm-hmm. They would recruit the best. They would win on getting a bunch of recruiters on the coaching staff and just out-talenting the other school. There wouldn't be as much parity as you've seen. And they would go on a run. They would have guys that would stay and kind of build up, know the Georgia way in the system until they were juniors. They would start their junior year, maybe for 1 year, and then declare for the NFL draft, or they would be a 2-year starter and then go, and it would be a constant system like that of just studs being produced. But now with the NIL and transfer portal and just the patience of these people now looking at short term instead of development and going into the NFL, that they're going to take the money bag and go. So you can't do that. If it happened, if this same scenario happened that's happened in college football in 2024 and 2012, Alabama wouldn't have had the dynasty that they had under Nick Saban, in my opinion, because that was so much a big part of what they did.
Yeah. Well, we had a caller, and then he left. Call us back. You got us. If that is who I think it is. Let's see. Are y'all going to college game day tomorrow? I might swing by. We'll see. Kind of depends what time we get there.
See, that's right.
SEC Nation is also going to be there. They're kind of close to where we tailgate, I think, somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
But Nico has not experienced an environment like Sanford. Let's get them rattled early. Yes, I completely agree. Let's do it, Blake. We got to be loud. If you're going tomorrow, you got to show up and be loud.
That's right. Be loud.
All right. We got another caller on the line.
Who we got with us tonight?
Oh, hold up.
Oh.
All right. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Who do we got with us tonight?
Don.
Don, what's up?
Don, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight, sir?
Nothing much. This call finally worked. I tried to call in the last two shows. It didn't work.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you're with us tonight, brother. So go ahead. What you got for us tonight?
I unfortunately won't be able to watch much of the game because my friend planned a wedding around the game, and that's sacrilegious in the South.
That's right. That is, Don. What did you tell him? What did you say to your buddy, man? I mean, did you tell him, like, look, do you realize what tomorrow is?
Yeah. It's more his fiance's fault. She thinks
Ah.
she went to Mercer and they don't have a football team.
Yeah. You'll have that from time to time that the women folk kind of intervene and it messes up the quality of football time with some folks. Luckily, mine is scheduled stuff around football and a blessing that aspect, and yours too, Clark.
Yeah.
But I understand that, Don, from what the look she's giving me right now. but yeah, Don, I understand that, man. You're a good friend. I'll say that.
Mhm.
You're a good friend.
A much better one than either
Yes,
Adam or I would be
true.
in that
And-
situation.
And Don, I will say this right now, man. You that friend owes you. If you can't watch much of the game, you at least need to take an old AirPod and get a little Hulu or whatever kind of streaming. I don't know how that works. Clark's
Hulu.
able to do it. How do you do it? How do you stream on the phone, Clark, to watch the game? You do it. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you go to ESPN app.
The ESPN app.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the ESPN app or wherever, man, and stream it during the wedding. I think personally that would be acceptable and fine
Yeah.
to watch it. Are you in the
I would
wedding, Don?
understand- No, I would understand if it was UMass weekend, but not Tennessee weekend.
Good point. Good point.
Right,
Don.
right.
With so much, that we're talked about that's riding on tomorrow, and yeah, I mean, they probably, if they honestly, Don, if they were considered about, they'd move the wedding up to about a 9 a.m. start down the aisle.
They're not going to. They're starting in at 5 and it
That's-
ends at 10.
That's ridiculous.
Oh,
We need to get this
man.
thing on up, done. We need to say I do, let the married couple go on, do their thing, and everybody get to their Saturday. People who are not football aficionados will probably want to get in the deer stand tomorrow because, a little bit of a cold front's coming in, kind of, and much colder than it has been. And then all of us, football aficionados are going to be wanting to get ready to watch the end of 3:30 games and the 7:30 games. So I think you need to call your buddy tomorrow or tonight. Right now. We need to get him on the line right now and say, hey, we need to move this thing up to about 9:30 a.m.
Or
to
at
walk down the aisle.
least have TVs.
Good
at the
point.
reception.
That's fair. That's
I mean,
fair.
if you have TVs at the reception,
Do we know that, Don?
that's okay.
Are they going to have a TV at the reception?
Yes, they do.
Good.
All right. Well,
That's
they,
fair.
they saved themselves. Now, it would have been incredibly selfish had they put the wedding on a Georgia-Tennessee game day and then not had TVs, just left you in the dark.
Don, let me ask you this question. How far away are you having to go out of town for this wedding to a hotel room, or is it in your hometown or near where you live
It's
at?
in my home. It's near where I live. It's up in Roswell. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yes, sir. Don, I'll tell you this right now, brother. If it's a 5 p.m. walk aisle time, down the aisle time, start of the wedding, then I think if you give them 2 hours and 10 minutes of your time, that's a gracious plenty. You get back to the house for a kickoff.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
Yeah. I'm going to be at the wedding, but I'm just going to watch it on the TV, though.
Good.
Good.
As you should, and many other guests there. And Don, I hope they are going to feed you a dang good meal tomorrow.
Better be
I
steak
hope
and
that
lobster.
the reception is a meal and not finger foods. Not any like the cupcakes with little tuxedos on them. But you know what I'm talking about, the little edible cupcakes that you get.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
and weddings that have like the finger foods. I want you need to have. Do what?
edible cupcakes. Yeah, edible cupcakes are edible.
Cupcakes.
He means the
Like
tuxedo.
the tuxedo's
Don-
edible on
Don
the
is-
cupcake.
Don is on the other side of this thinking, what is Adam thinking tonight?
But you know what I mean.
I know.
Like cupcakes with like tuxedos
All
on
right,
them or something decorative
Don-
like that to commemorate the occasion. Sorry.
Don, what do you
I'll
think
shut
about
up.
the game
I'll shut
tomorrow?
up. Yes.
Give us your thoughts.
I think if Carson Beck doesn't intercept it like he's been doing, I think they'll win tomorrow.
Yeah, Don, that's right, man. You can't turn the ball over like we have been saying, and what the trend has been here. You protect the football, man. You move down the field. You control the tempo of the game, I feel like, man. You win the field position battle, and I think Georgia's going to win this game. And then you force, our defense create some havoc like they did in Austin, Texas, force Nico to turn the ball over a couple times, and it really, I feel like could be a win Georgia for a couple possessions. But you turn over the ball, like you said, interceptions, fumble the light, then I think this game actually can get out of hand and from you for a bit. So I agree with you, man.
Is Nico playing? Because I heard he was questionable.
Yeah.
He is playing. I think they came out with that today, Clark,
Yeah.
officially, that he was going to play. They're going to trot him out there. And, I like that, Don, in the sense I don't want there to be any excuses on the Tennessee side. I want to beat Tennessee with every starter that they got out there,
Yeah, I got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and get my score prediction.
Give it to us,
Yeah.
brother. Let us know.
42-10.
Ooh.
All right, man. I love that.
Georgia or Tennessee?
Georgia.
There we
All right,
go,
just making
Don.
sure,
There we go. I
Don. Just
love it,
making
man.
sure.
I love it. I love
If we beat Tennessee by 32 points, I'm going to be a happy man tomorrow.
it. Me too.
I
Me
say
too.
they cover the spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If they're boat racing 42-10, man, then that would be awesome, man. It would be, golly, that place will explode. It'll be great. So I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right, and especially seeing the offense put up 40 points.
Yeah, I should put a bet on with my family because one of my family members goes to Tennessee.
There you go,
Oh,
Don.
man.
There you go.
Well,
There you
house
go.
divided.
There you go. I love it, man. I love it. I love
All
it.
right, I'll let y'all get to y'all show. It was nice calling y'all finally.
Yes.
Don, man,
good.
yeah, we appreciate that, brother. Stay in touch with us and let us know how the wedding goes tomorrow. Send in to row 60 how the wedding went, and get loud, get rowdy at the reception, and I hope they feed you good, Don. Go Dogs, brother.
Yes, sir. Go Dogs.
There we go.
Love it.
Love
Finally got Don on the line, man.
that.
We've
That's
been waiting
good.
on
That's
Don.
good. Been waiting on old Don.
All right.
Don's good one.
Welcome to row 60. Who we got?
This is Ganon Fields and Evan Herring.
Ganon and Evan. Oh,
What's
boy.
going on?
This ought to be a call right here.
Oh, we just got done eating at Bar 8.
I hear
Bar
you.
eight.
Hanging out at the house.
I hear you.
Did
I
you
hear
get some good stew tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Only 4 bowls.
4 bowls.
Only 4.
Good gosh.
Only 4. Dang, man.
All right, let me ask you, since we're talking about Bar H, what's your favorite side? What do you get, Ganon and Evan? Like, what's y'all's main go-to?
I always stick with the brisket and the sides, just whatever, stew and slaw,
Uh-huh.
basic.
You can't go wrong with a rib.
Oh, the ribs, yeah. I had a chicken half last night, man. It's just the best. Chicken plate, always a staple there in at Bar H.
yeah.
But yeah, are y'all in Royston tonight?
Yeah, we're in Royston, big city.
Good.
Nice.
Good. So, how y'all boys feeling about tomorrow night? What you think is going to happen?
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I just hope we come out and do what we're supposed to do.
That's right.
I think we got the way better team, and especially if their quarterback doesn't play, I think we'll handle them.
I hope so, man. History has shown that it doesn't matter if Georgia's playing in Knoxville or Athens. Then the past 7 years now, this series has been lopsided with an average score of 38-13. And I know this is a different year, different football teams, but I do just feel like coming back home, coming off the performance that Georgia just had, this team will be ready to go, man. With the guys that are available to play and ready to roll, then we'll see Georgia's best tomorrow night. I really do.
Oh yeah, we'll be ready.
Yes, sir.
Gannon, are you going tomorrow?
I will be there. Yeah.
Good, Gannon. Good.
Just you can't go to any
I
road
will be.
games with us anymore, though. You're not allowed, because the last one
I know.
for the people, he went to Alabama with us. That was his first time going with Adam and I, and yeah, this the one and only time. You're not
give
allowed.
Gannon another shot.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't Gannon. Maybe it was something else.
When we go somewhere, like if we go to Mississippi State or something, we'll give Gannon, a high percentage.
Now, if we
chance,
if we
and
lose,
then if we lose, and we go
Starkville,
somewhere like Starkville, then
Yeah,
can't do it,
yeah,
Gannon.
yeah,
And he wouldn't
go.
want to do it for the betterment, just for the program,
Oh, for sure.
Mm.
let me ask you this, Gannon: will you have on your staple row 60 hat? It's a weird pause. It's a long pause.
I think he's not wanting to break the news. He's moved on from the row 60 hat, Clark. That's what I'm gathering.
Can you hear us, Gannon?
What? I'm breaking up. I hear you now.
Okay, all
okay.
right. We were asking you if you're going to break out the row 60 hat tomorrow at the game.
Oh, I wear it every game.
Love
Good.
that, Gannon. Yes,
Yes.
sir. That's what love that.
I'm serious. Every single time
And
we're in Sanford Stadium, you look to the jumbotron randomly in the second quarter during a TV timeout, and there's Gannon with his row 60 hat, and he's holding up the number 1 or something.
That's right.
It's
Just getting ready
hilarious.
for the Dogs. I
Yep.
love that. Love
Oh,
it,
yeah.
brother. Love it.
Blackout tomorrow, so it's a black hat, so it should fit in real good.
That's
Yeah.
a great point. That's a great point. You need to have it. It's going to look sharp underneath the Sanford Stadium lights. And, hey, it is blackout tomorrow. We got to
Yeah.
be ready to roll. Wear a black, back in black, paint it black, whatever song you want to sing over the Jumbotron is going to be on there tomorrow night.
What is your favorite song that references the color black?
Back in black. AC/DC, man.
I don't
It's
know.
not even
Painted
close.
Black is
Oh,
pretty
no.
awesome. No, come on. The Stones? We're talking about the Rolling Stones, the greatest rock and roll band of all time.
AC/DC is 10 times better than the Rolling Stones.
What? No.
It's not even
I mean, if we're
close.
talking about hard rock,
we'll talk about this.
This is apples and oranges.
Whatever. But anyway.
Well, I want to know from the people. Hold up. Would you like Paint It Black or Back in Black better? Paint It Black, Back in Black. Which one is the better
What
song?
about you, Ganon?
It's Back in Black.
Thank you.
AC/DC.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more hard rock, but I mean, come on. I don't know. The Rolling Stones, baby.
Love it. Love it. Oh, man.
Hey, what time are y'all getting out there tomorrow, Ganon?
I'm going straight there after I play golf, so I'll probably be out there about 2:00.
Oh gosh, okay.
Just living the dream, man. Going to play 18 before in the morning, and then going to Sanford Stadium and Athens afterwards. I love it.
Where are you playing at? Highland Walk?
No, I play at Hartwell in the morning.
Oh, okay. Highland's not good enough for you. Gannon is, listen, y'all, if we do a Rose 60 golf tournament, which I really think we should, and I feel like we've said this before on this, but I'm drafting Gannon and Will Snipes because they are two insanely good golfers on my team. And Adam, you can join us because we're going to need all the help we can get. Adam and I are awful at golf.
Terrible.
Awful.
Terrible.
It's horrendous.
Terrible. But shoot, yeah, man. Well, Gannon, so you think what's your score prediction?
Let's go 34-20.
34-20. I like it, man.
I'll take that.
I feel good. If Georgia puts up over 30 points tomorrow, we're definitely winning. Definitely win.
If we can.
If we can, then you definitely win. I don't think Tennessee scored over 30 in an SEC game all year this year.
Wow. Yeah.
It's gonna be electric, that's for sure.
Dang right, brother. Dang right. So
hey, one last thing, Gannon. All right, one last thing. I want to let you know about this, just so you're not taken aback. Yeah, taken aback tomorrow. There will be fireworks shot off. This is coming from a very reliable source. There are fireworks that are going to be shot off in Sanford Stadium if and when we score touchdowns tomorrow.
Your news that you told me earlier in the week when you heard has been confirmed on the Georgia
so it's public news.
It's public news.
Okay.
Now.
Well,
yeah. But it was just broke today, Cart. That's the first time we had inside scoop beforehand.
And it wasn't me. I wasn't the source of it. I had to go through somebody else. But yeah,
love it.
So just be expecting that. You're going to be. It's definitely going to be electric, man. Hope to see you tomorrow there, Gannon.
Yep.
All right, bro.
Go Dawg.
Go Dawg.
Go Dawg.
Go Dawg.
Go
Talk
Dawg.
soon. Ooh.
That's good. That's good.
Shout out to Gannon Phil's dad. I know we've shouted him out before.
Men's World is the official barbershop of Row 60.
Like, actually.
If you live in the Royston, Georgia area, go to Men's World. If you're a man, get your hair cut, man, for good conversation, good time. Kind of feels like Mayberry, though Floyd barber chair.
Yeah, it does.
That's what I like.
We always talk some Georgia football.
I always talk about it, talk about the community, talk about everything. Literally like you going to Mayberry and getting a haircut by Floyd the barber.
Free plug.
And I love that. Free plug.
Yeah. We do not get paid to say that. In fact, we don't get paid to say anything yet, which is kind of great because we can just say whatever we want, Adam. Actually, no, we don't. If we said whatever we wanted, sometimes it might. Never mind. All right, we got a caller on the line. Welcome to Row 60.
What
Who we
happened
got?
to the fight?
Boom!
Boom!
Calling from his home base, Port Charlotte, Florida.
There he is, Mr. Jim Wilcox in the house tonight. How are you doing down there? How's our Florida dog doing down there?
I tell you what, we are just excited about tomorrow. Already appreciate you, Adam. You're already blacked out for tomorrow. You're
Dang
getting ready
right.
to go.
That's right. I'm ready
like
to go.
it.
Yes, sir.
Clark, you need to get on the bandwagon.
Good
brother.
point.
Come on.
Good point, Jim.
Well,
get on them.
look,
Get on them.
I got to save all my black. I've been wearing it. I've been wearing it every single game up to this point, it seems like. So trying to keep some things fresh, and that way I don't have to keep washing everything over and over and over.
Yeah, there you
So,
go. There you
but
go.
I got a really
Come on,
good shirt. For tomorrow.
wait till that baby's born. You'll be doing
Oh,
5
that's true.
loads along
That's
the
right.
way.
That's right.
Good point. Good point. Oh boy.
Oh man.
All right, yeah, so excited about tomorrow. So what we need to do tomorrow is just going to be a complete obliteration. We're going to take that volume knob. We're not cranking it up a few notches. We're going to grab that sucker. We're ripping it right off tomorrow.
5 of them to be
Okay.
exact. 5 notches.
Yeah, well, it's coming off. We're breaking that sucker off right
Yeah, we go,
tomorrow.
yeah.
I don't think Tennessee, they're going to get a junk, late fourth quarter touchdown. It's going to be, I think, 25 to 10
Mm-hmm.
is going to be my score prediction.
Okay.
But
I like
it's going to be a pretty good offensive shutout. It's going to be good, but yeah, come on.
All
Dog, it's do or die time tomorrow.
That's right.
The volunteers are coming tomorrow. The only thing they're coming to do is volunteer to lose.
There we go, Jim. Let them know. That's right. That's right.
I
That's
like
right. Now, are you going to be on shift tomorrow, Jim, or are you going to be able to watch it from the house?
Well, no, I'm on duty tomorrow, but there are only there are only two things that firemen hate. That's the way things are and change.
Yeah,
So
that's right. That's right. There you go.
yeah, we'll make do with it. I'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully, Lord willing, it's a good day for us.
That's right, brother. That's right. Good
But,
Lord willing, man.
Either way, we always get the highlight reels.
That's right.
It's good enough.
That's
But,
right.
it's gonna be all dogs tomorrow. I know last week, my prediction, Carson was going to get his, 500 yards, but I was really, really thinking hard about the whole situation with Carson and his change this year. And if you look back last year, we called him the surgeon. He really was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this year, I'm not wondering, because they implemented the new audio in the helmet. And I know sometimes when, you get in that mode, like we're going to a fire, you get in that mode, I get my brain set, okay, this is the actions I'm going to be taking,
Right.
A, B, C, D. And then you get somebody yelling at you and changing your mode of operation. It screws you up.
Right.
I'm not wondering if that's been happening to him this year.
Yeah, that's a valid point. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if they, yell at him during the play. Like, throw it to Bell when he's thinking of, throwing it to Jones.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no,
I don't know what all the rules are with that, but
yeah. So it just to let you know, it cuts off about 15 seconds before the play clock. So yeah, I mean, there's not any like during the play communication happening between Mike Bobo and Carson, but though, yeah, I mean, if you're going up to the line and you've been given the keys to this offense and you're expected to make checks and audibles at the line of scrimmage, and you got a guy in your ear saying, hey, no, let's do this, and it's totally different than what you're calling. I mean, yeah, there may be some miscommunication for all we know. And I know, like at the Texas game, for example, and I don't really think this had much of an effect on Carson, at least in that game. There was some delay or something.
Yeah, there was something wrong with the headsets, the coach,
Right.
everything with it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's golly, there was
that big change. I'm not wondering if that had something to do with the big change this year.
It's possible
in the way that he, performing. I don't know. Let's just get back to old school football tomorrow. Just run the ball and let Carson call the plays, and let's just go.
Let's just go
and get this done. Let's show him again. Who Georgia Bulldogs football is, and let's just smear them into the ground. And this is how we do it in Sanford Stadium. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I love it.
Look, I love it, Jim, because me personally, I don't want to see Georgia lose tomorrow and be like, man, we got 2 more games in Sanford. We'll get excited about that. But then really any chance of a national championship or any championship's over with, in November. If you lose tomorrow night, then I'm just not ready for that.
No.
Not
Come
ready
on,
for
brother.
that.
Let's keep the faith. It's coming.
Spoiled. That's
It's
right.
coming.
That's right.
The big train is coming down the track in red and black. Come on.
There we
let's
go. There we go. I love it. I love
Let's
it.
go.
So
Who with Etienne being out, who's besides Frazier, who do you think your star running back is going to be tomorrow?
Well,
We get Frazier RB1.
we're down. All right, let's put it this way. Our top 5 guys,
let's name
4
them all.
of them.
Let's name them all. Let's name
ETN,
ETN's out.
Cash Jones,
is
Roderick Robinson,
running in the
Branson.
boot. Yep, Roderick's definitely out. He has a toe injury that had required surgery, which could require 6 months of healing. And then you have Branson Robinson, God bless him, just played by injuries. Bless his heart. Can't daggum get any,
breaks.
Yeah, exactly. And then Cash Jones out. So that leaves Frazier, but then you have Dylan Bell. And I think you'll see Dylan Bell. I would love them to see a different way. And Dylan maybe has had a little bit of the yips here lately, Clark.
Yeah.
But I still would love to see, ways of getting him the ball, whether it be motion him into the backfield, handing the ball off to him, what we saw a lot last year when he had to be called to the running back room. I have no idea how much time he has spent actually this year during practice running in the running back room like he did last year when he was called upon it. But I would think, if you have to go with guys that's outside of the running back room, obviously Dylan Bell's your answer for some more. But I mean, is it going to be Chauncey Bowens? Is it going to be
Dwight
Phillips Jr., freshman getting their opportunity? I think we'll see some of them tomorrow as well. So, but the thing is, there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of guys tomorrow to step up and make a big name for themselves and come in clutch and be, go down Sanford Stadium lore tomorrow with a big performance. So
yeah, I'm excited to see what Kirby's got in his pocket.
Yep.
He's going to pull out and go, surprise!
There we go. There we go.
Tennessee's just going to be, oh, dang, we got nothing for that. So there we go.
I hope, Jim. I hope, man. It's
come on, God. Come on. Keep the faith, brother.
I got it. I feel good about it. It's one side of me feels really good about it. Like it is going to be like a 2022 type game, man. But we really but then there's a side of me that with the injuries, with how this offense is, with honestly, as much as it pains to say, man, how good Tennessee's defensive front is and defense is overall with where we are with offensive line, injuries issue, everything that it makes me nervous in that sense too, looking at it. But I think I'll be honest, I told Clark before we got on tonight, Jim, I don't think there's an outcome in this game that when I leave Sanford Stadium, I'll be surprised with.
Yeah.
If it happened. I really don't.
Yep.
But I do feel good. If you had to tell me I had to pick what I think is going to happen, I think Georgia is going to win tomorrow, and I think they will pull away in the second half and win. I think, like you said, I like a 24-10 type thing. Maybe I think that sounds right. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's good. Just the weather tomorrow night is just going to be absolutely spectacular for you guys. I'm so jealous.
Oh yes,
I want to look it up real quick.
What 58 for game time? That's perfect football weather.
Oh, that's perfect and clear. A whole lot better than last time Tennessee came.
Or last week.
Or last week. Yeah,
well, dang, that was awful.
Well, what kind of garbage do you expect from Mississippi anyway?
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let the next caller jump on. You guys be extra loud. Remember, break that dial off and
yes, sir.
Don't let any of those spectators just sit around.
That's right.
That's right. We're gonna get everybody fired up.
Even if you got to walk down 10 rows, let's go. Get them. Come on, let's go.
Get them juice. That's exactly right. Exactly right. Then, Jim. Well, we love you. We love you. We appreciate you, brother.
Go Dogs.
I love you too, guys. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs, baby. Good old Mr. Jim. Love. Man, this Christmas tree cake. This is my first one of the year, by the way.
Good, Adam.
It's good. It's a big Christmas tree cake.
Adam is hunkering down on this Christmas tree cake over here. All right. Welcome to Row 60. Who we got?
Glory, it's your boy Rich Beck. How we doing today?
Rich Beck from Buffalo, New York. We're doing fantastic,
yes,
brother.
Sir, brother. We're doing good. Sorry, I had to get down my Christmas tree cake bite right there.
We're ready to roll now. I was about to drop, but first we just got to talk for a second. Christmas tree cake season is the season.
This
is when it is the most elite. Perfect weather. Right. Christmas tree cakes out.
Yes,
I'm a big fan.
Love that, Rich.
Now let's talk about them dogs.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So first thing here, right? Blackout, right?
Yes, sir.
Love it.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You want to know what the Tennessee balls are going to be seeing? Nothing but black, because we're going to knock them in the face. We'll run the ball with Frazier. We're going to keep bringing the hammer, because that's what we do here. And you know what that tee looks like, right? Looks like a very perfect nail.
That's right. There we go.
Let's go, dog. Right. We got to keep going. We got to bring the fire. You got to be loud, guys. You got to be so freaking loud.
We will.
We need the energy. We need the passion. We need the fire. Kirby's got the blackout going. You think he's going to drop the black jerseys? Had they say anything about that? Or?
I doubt it, Rich. If I was a betting man, I would say we will be in our traditional reds with the fans in black.
I'm with you. I know. And
yes, sir.
I like that. That's what I like. But I was just wondering. Like, I saw the blackout and I got like, Are we about to do something?
I would love black jerseys. I would love.
Yeah, I
I
would too.
hate the stigma around them that we've developed here for so many years. But you know that's a whole nother deal because they're
Well,
sharp. But
And he broke them out in 2016.
and
I
20,
was,
two times.
yeah, and
during
20. And I was thinking, man, all right, maybe he's going to make this an annual thing. We'll break it out for one home game a year. And then no, I mean, and to his point, if in case anybody missed it out there, he did say this about Mississippi State because there were rumors that he was going to break them out versus Mississippi State this year. And he was basically like, you know, if that's what it's going to take to get us into a game, then I'm at the wrong place. And I'm right there with him. I understand that. I mean, you didn't see
100%.
Nick Saban breaking out black jerseys in Bryant-Denny Stadium because I think what that
because
does,
it's not one of their colors.
it sends a subliminal message to your players, to your fans that, oh, we need a little extra juice. We can't generate enough juice just playing SEC football. And I get it. You know, we don't need fake juice. We need real juice.
We do need real.
We need
juice.
some.
We need real juice. We
Yeah,
need a lot of real
orange
juice.
We do need real
Especially
juice.
after
No
watching that game.
Yeah.
I really like my boy Beck to drink a little bit more juice here so we can get a little bit more excited, a little bit more locked in,
That's
a little bit more dialed into the game, not smiling and laughing, telling jokes on the sideline when you're down.
That's
Point.
that's right.
Now,
Rich,
I know.
you need to
He's
get
a
you
kid.
need to
He's a kid.
talk to
He's a kid.
you need to talk to cousin Carson. Give him a good pep talk about being the hammer.
Bro, he's about to get disowned.
That's right.
He's not careful.
Him brought down. If he's not careful, he ain't coming to the family reunion.
That's right. That's right.
No Thanksgiving turkey for
No
brother Carson.
Lamborghinis. No Lamborghinis at the Beck family reunion this year.
Cousin
This
Carson. He went from brother to cousin really fast.
Yeah,
But,
that's a little concerning.
No, but in all seriousness, we've gone through this before. I don't want this again.
Right.
I don't want to be talking about like which quarterback it is. I remember the stuff with Stenson and Daniels. Like, oh, is it going to be? I don't want that. I don't want that bologna cheese. I just want it's Beck. He's just got to figure it out. I don't know what it is. On the podcast this week, you guys were talking about how like he's like Kirby handles him differently than Stenson.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I think we got to stop handling him different.
Yeah,
We
right.
need to start you just got to bring the fire on him. Like it's clearly that if this is the case, because I don't know anything, right? I don't know what it's like in the locker room or anywhere. If we're coddling him because we're giving him $1 million, that we can't do that, right? We got to bring the fire in him because the coddling's not working. If that's what we're doing,
Yeah,
it's all like hearsay, bologna cheese, banter, like.
yeah.
But if that's what it is, we got to bring the fire.
That's right.
Like he's got to do something. He can't make that money and give us what he's been giving us the last few weeks. And like I'm a big proponent of Beck. Love him.
Yeah.
I've been calling for 500-yard games every single podcast that you guys
There we
do.
go. I love it.
On this radio. Or like I'm for him. I want him to do good, and it doesn't have to do with the last name. It has to do with the G, and I believe in him.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And he waited. He did everything we wanted him to do, but now we need the results. We need the action.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and
Right,
to
I agree.
clarify, Rich, right quick, when we were saying that in the podcast, I think what we meant was publicly coddling Carson. I think that's what Kirby's doing.
Yeah.
And now let me say this. Kirby is hard on everybody. It doesn't matter if you're the first string quarterback or the third string punt returner. He is going to call you out and he's going to get on you a lot at practice. And it'd make most people cry how much he gets on some of these guys.
I bet you it would.
But-
I bet you it would.
But publicly, I do think it is different. And that is where I feel like it's okay to be a little different and to quote unquote coddle Carson, though I don't really think he's coddling him. I think he's just trying to instill some confidence in him and say, hey, I got your back, even though there's a lot of fans, uproaring against Carson right now. You got to stay.
I'm not that. I don't want anybody else.
No,
I want Beck. I'm gonna ride or die.
No, I'm not
But,
saying
like-
that's you. I'm just saying in general, a lot of fans out there right now.
That's me.
Is it you?
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I'm kind of go back and forth between when it is. I mean, I think that you can point to so many different things, like we talked about, Rich, with what's wrong with the offense, and so many different angles you could look at it, and you really can't argue with whoever just wanting to say whatever about all of it, coaching, different position groups, everything like we've talked about, because there's so many points to be made during so many up. But the good thing about Carson is he has a chance if and getting some protection from the offensive line, and they've done fairly well during pass pro, I think. But then you got to add in receivers getting separation and running good routes and getting opportunities to push the ball downfield some. And there's a chance, though, man. It's not like it's over yet, and we've already written Carson Beck's career here at Georgia. Yet there's a good chance, though, that he could control that. He could still win a national championship for Georgia, and just starting tomorrow, light it up all the way through January, and you forget everything that happened from November 16th to before. But I mean, hey, let's see what happens with him. But I 100% agree with you, man. He's got to be on his game tomorrow, in a sense that he's got to be able to lead this offense, man, and get some points on the board and score and be take that next
I
step.
don't want him to be afraid to throw I don't want him to be afraid to throw interceptions.
I agree, Rich.
I want him to sling it.
I agree. I agree.
And like one of the hardest things is like when your guys are not catching the ball, right? And like he's got that. Like it's true, our receivers haven't caught the ball when they should. There's wide open passes that we're just dropping, but like the picks, some of them are bad. Just bad ones.
Oh, they are.
Like
they
dropped off, they went off their hands and flew into the air, and the defense got it on a tip. There's some bad throws out there. It's hard to say, and it's hard to see. But like, I don't. So because I'm from Buffalo, right? I don't hear what you guys hear. I don't know what radio stations are chirping. I just have what Mr. Becken thinks, right? Like that's it. So thank you guys for giving me the outlet to actually hear what's going on, hearing what you guys think. I know you guys are very pro, very positive, never really throwing anybody down. So I appreciate that, and that's the way I like it, and that's the way I want it to be. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for doing the show. Y'all, if you ain't on Patreon yet, I don't know what you're doing. You're sleeping. Get on the Patreon. It's hilarious. It's fun. There's always something good there. They're going to put out content every game day. Something great's going to happen. So, love you guys. Go Dogs. Blackout. Knock them out. Drop the hammer. Put the tee all the way into the ground. Stake it down. Let's bring the fire. I want to hear you guys. I want to hear you screaming. I want to hear those barks all day, all night. Let's go, Dogs.
Got you, Rich. Let's go, Rich. Hey, Rich, the last time you brought out the hammer talk, man, was the most elite game of the year in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
So I love it. That's good juice.
Right,
that's
right.
good juice right there, Rich. Rich,
right.
we love you, brother. Thank you.
Love you guys too. See you.
Go Dogs, baby. Good old Rich.
Elite call,
been
man.
a staple. I always deliver an elite call every single time. Single time. Good old Rich.
Hey, the Hoop Dogs not doing too bad. Wyatt said they're leading 25-19. That is a very low scoring game.
Good.
Have they changed the clock rules in basketball too?
Have they?
No, I'm just being facetious.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's see. Michaela said, I 100% think, talking about Kirby here, he's not going to talk negatively about players that are already having a hard time in the media. Behind closed doors, I'm sure he's had some hard combos with Carson. 100%. Yeah, I mean, he's not coddling him Monday through Friday. He's coddling him on Saturday evenings after the game in the media pressers. And once again, I think coddling, I don't even know if that's the right word. I think it's just defending, having his back, saying, hey, Carson, look, you didn't play well. We know that. You know that. I know that. The media knows that. The fans know that. Everybody knows that. But I'm not going to
all
publicly.
God's children.
All of God's children.
Every one of them.
But I'm not going to publicly ridicule you. So, yeah. Wyatt said, Dogs playing great defense tonight and being physical. Even the commentator said about the freshmen, I can't believe they are freshmen. Yeah, who is this freshman? I haven't watched the Hoop Dogs
He's a
yet.
monster, man.
That's what I've heard.
I
He
mean,
put up
hey,
a double-double or
this
something.
might be the year. We go to the tournament.
I thought you were about to say to win it all.
No.
I was about to say, whoa.
I don't know.
How is Asa Newell doing, man? Surely is he playing? He has to be playing a 5-star. He's got to be playing. Man, we need to go see the Hoop Dogs. I'm ready.
We need to go see the Hoop
I'm
Dogs,
ready
man.
for the baseball and basketball teams to step it up.
Yeah.
And to just be in the conversation at the end of the
Like
year.
go to Omaha, go to the March Madness,
Right.
and get a little excitement to bridge the gap from football to football.
Because if we lose tomorrow, Adam, we're going to be looking for other Georgia sports outlets.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
have 2 more
continue to
games.
support the Dogs.
And the bowl game.
But, geez, I don't even
Capital
want
One,
to
the Buffalo Wild Wings Citrus Bowl.
All right, let me ask you this. What Florida Bowl would you rather go to? The Gator Bowl, the Citrus Bowl, or
No,
the Outback
Citrus
Bowl?
The Citrus Bowl is
The pinnacle
God, it's been a long time.
of Florida
It's been
bowls.
a long time since we talked about this.
It's been since 2000.
Thank you, Caitlin.
15.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it has, man. So I mean, no, yeah. And then 16 was the Liberty Bowl, but just shows how spoiled we've been.
Yeah.
We have been to a old BCS
New Year's 6
now bowl game since 2017, man. What a
Jeez.
blessing that is. And that's the thing, man. You win tomorrow, and golly, it's fun to think about, Clark. You have no idea who's going to play. If you had to sit here today, Clark, who do you think is going to play in the SEC championship?
Give me Texas. Of course, they got a tough game against A&M. Give me Texas, and I don't like saying this, but Alabama.
You think so?
Yep.
Yeah. I think it will be. It's all right.
gosh,
Georgia's
that makes
path to the SEC championship game. Let's talk about this. What has to happen is, man, I read this today and I've completely forgot it. I was going. LSU's got to lose. A&M's got to lose to Texas, and to A&M's got to lose. Wait, I read this. Crap. Auburn's got to beat Alabama.
Oh, okay.
No, there's a scenario that could be a Georgia, Alabama, SEC. I don't know. It's so confusing, but there is a chance. We got to have a couple losses by a couple teams.
Basically, we do not control our own destiny. And quite frankly, at this point, it's like, man,
But hey,
let's just make it to the playoff.
Yeah.
Forget
see
the
where we
SEC
go. And
championship.
it's fun to speculate. If you don't make the SEC championship and you make the playoff, what is going to happen when, are you going to play at Sanford Stadium? Are you going to go on the road somewhere like Penn State or something? I mean, just the possibilities of it all. It's wild, man. And I think it's going to be exciting. And I think that's why winning tomorrow is so big, where we can keep that hope, man.
Yeah.
And because I would love to see this football team win the next 3 and have a few weeks in between the first round of the playoffs and the Georgia Tech game on the Friday after Thanksgiving to get healthy, practice some more, and see what happens with basically 0-0. New season in the playoff air starting on December 19th and 20th. So that's what tomorrow means.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kirk Dawkins said, Adam, give us a score prediction for tomorrow. What you got?
24-17, Georgia.
Is that what you said in the podcast?
I think I did, yeah.
I don't even remember what I said in the podcast. I think I said 27-21 or something like that.
I'm going to go 24-14.
21-14.
Let me take a 24-14. Let me take a field goal off of Tennessee.
Wait, you said what?
24-14.
That's what I said in the
did you?
podcast.
Okay.
Because you said it was awfully close.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
That is what I said. Dang. Yeah, definitely take the under. If you're a gambler, once again, take the under. There's no way. Of course, I say this, and there is a
It's
way.
going to be 45-42.
Yeah, it's just a shootout.
No,
And
there's
Carson's
no way.
gonna light
There's
it
no
up.
way.
Nah.
I truly believe. I mean, you look at you got Nico and Carson, both probably that. If you ask both of them, and everybody out there, all these college football analysts about who, have they had seasons that have lived up to the hype that both of them had coming in the preseason. Especially Carson, that neither one of them have, man. So I think it's going to come down to quarterback play in a sense too. Obviously, there's other factors with that, and what we've seen that you could point some fingers to where Carson might not be getting the help like it was like last week in Oxford, Mississippi. But who has the better game at quarterback between the two in these offenses, man?
Yeah.
Against two good defenses. I mean, it's crazy at how good Tennessee's defense has become in the recent years, man. And I mean, that's something that you're not used to talking about in Knoxville as an elite front seven, but they got one right now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we got another caller on the line. Welcome to Row 60. Who we got?
Blake Newman from Houston, Texas.
There he is. That's our boy Blake.
How's it going out there, Blake?
That's good stuff.
Hold
we're
on.
good. We have to get you back on the headset.
All right, here we go.
All right,
Yeah,
here
you're
we
good now.
Go ahead.
I'm doing good. How y'all boys doing tonight?
We're doing good, man. We're nervous. We're fired up. A lot of feelings. Just excited, ready to see what happens, man.
Oh, I'm in the same boat as y'all. I'm fired up, ready to go tomorrow, but I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Gonna have the TV volume cranked up more than 5 notches, and
There we go. I love it.
and have my black on, ready to go.
Yeah.
There we go, man. There we go. That's exciting.
Let me
Which I
ask.
think is going to be the biggest
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, let me ask you, when's the last time you felt like this? Because you've been a Dawg fan for all your life.
My whole life.
When's the last time you felt kind of this uncertain about a Georgia football team?
Well, 16 don't count. That was the rebuild year.
We won't count 2020 either.
Yeah, that was just we don't count the season, no way.
That's right.
But
That's right.
I mean, I guess, man, that's tough. I guess for me personally, might be 2013 because of the success we had in 2012. Going into 13, I personally, especially kicking off for Clemson that year, I was ready, fired up for the season. And you know what? We lost, by 3, I believe, in that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
And, at this point in the year, compared to the year before where we were literally, one play from going to a national championship and beating the brakes off of Notre Dame. So,
yeah.
For me, I guess 13 might be the last true year that I had high hopes and, with a nervous pit in my stomach going down the stretch just because it hadn't quite went the way you wanted it to go up until this point.
Right.
Yeah, I think expectations, you're right. 2013 is very comparable to this season.
A lot of injury play.
Injuries too. Yeah, great point. I would also say maybe 2015 in some ways because you didn't really know the whole quarterback situation. I'm not saying Carson's playing that bad, but I mean, you just don't feel great about it right now. And you should, and you got a good team around you, but they're just not playing up to their level.
The talent's there.
Yeah, you're right, man. The talent, it's been there. It's not like, I don't know. It's not like we just had a huge drop off coming into the season. In fact, I think we upgraded in some areas, maybe not a few, but I don't know, man. It just feels weird. It feels like we're just underperforming so bad right now on both sides.
Let me ask you this, Blake: was Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey? I mean, losing just them two make it look like just everything coaching on down the offense is just how many steps back it's took losing those type of generational players.
Right. Coming into the season, that was all the outsiders, I guess you could say. You turn on any really sports or news outlet where the head goes, talking about college football and specifically Georgia, it was, they got to replace Brock. They got to replace Ladd. And for me personally, I was like, no one's replacing Brock or Ladd, especially Brock. But you heard it and you didn't. I personally didn't really believe it like that. But as the season goes on, it does make you think back to both of those guys maybe being part of the reason. But I think it's a lot of small issues that just add up to make it one big issue for our offense right now, which is, injuries. Like you said, you lost your two, top receivers from last year. Even Marcus Rosemy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, Marcus, right. I mean, he was solid. I don't think a lot of people, of course, the true Georgia fans who watched from, we knew how valuable he was, but just from the outside looking in, a lot of people don't really mention his name, but like you said, the top 3. And, and just some shaky decision making on Carson's part at times. I feel like he does try to force it in there, which could also play into the fact that, like you said, he may be pressing a little bit because he doesn't have a Brock who can just throw a hand out there and snag it while he's got 2 guys on his back, So
that's the thing, too. That's the thing, man. Like Brock, and obviously we all know how good Brock was, but what he did that now makes so much more sense this year, he took 2 or 3 defenders and they had their eyes glued to Brock Bowers. You have to. If you're going to slow down Georgia all last season, that's what you got to do. And obviously it's just a numbers game, right? If you put 2 guys on one guy, you're going to leave another guy somewhat more open. And that just, he was such a problem. And I think that's kind of the crux of the problem. We don't have a guy like that right now.
And one thing we hadn't mentioned on our podcast as much, I think we've mentioned it, but we haven't really talked about it recently when we're talking about this. And Blake, what do you think? Where would this offense, this receiver room look if you had Ra Thomas still in this football team?
Oh, well, Ra and Young, which we won't get into much of that stuff. But, both of them really. But, because we don't have that big physical X receiver on our roster right now. We just don't. The statue of that type of receiver that you want out there that's 6'2", 6'3", and 210, 215 that can just go up, at the highest point and snag something in a jump ball or whatever. We don't have that, and I do think that plays a part into it. And like Clark said about the defense, just having 19 on the field the past, 3 years prior, just like you said, well, at least 2, because the first year it was this coming out party, maybe towards the end of 21 season, people started really keying in on him. But that also is a big thing that the average fan doesn't really think about.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I feel like we're missing Ra way more than I personally thought. I thought,
Right.
that it would be with the depth, but I think because of the receiver that he is, like you just alluded to, Blake, everything you said was spot on. Like you said it perfect earlier. I think that's the best way to describe it, and I think you said it better than I tried to in the podcast. You could just throw so many different things into it, and then this is the result, man. And that's why I've said, if people want to talk about what's going on, that you could take so many angles at it, and you really can't sit there and be like, no, he's wrong on that. It's this. I mean, there's so many different angles to take and look at where the offense is right now, and it's just unfortunate, man. I mean, there's some bad luck in there as well too. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you think about it, at all levels of offensive line's been banged up. I mean, every year it seems like since Kirby's been there, we've had injuries, but we've had 7 or 8 guys that could go and that are going to be eventually a first round draft pick, like a Broderick Jones.
Yeah.
In what year was it, 21 or 22, and he didn't start most of the year, but then he came in because of injury.
Right.
Like you just inserted, and he started the next year, 1 full year, and boom, he's in the league. As a top draft pick.
NIL and the transfer portals eliminated that.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing. I mean, because Kirby said it going into the year, and just me, from my standpoint, I heard him, but I wasn't listening. I wasn't believing it. But now, I mean, what he said is come full circle. I mean, it's just not as deep along those lines, the line of scrimmage and all areas really, but especially the line of scrimmage with the amount of depth because of the NIL transfer portal, man. It's really depleted us in that area. I mean, they got guys, but they don't have, 2021, Jalen Carter wasn't starting, but he was rotating in there, and then boom, 2022, he was that guy along the defensive line.
I think too, injuries are plaguing very specific units, which is really hurting us now. I mean, think about the running back room. You got 4 of your top 5 guys coming in the season who aren't playing tomorrow. 4.
Yeah.
Right.
This isn't, we're not talking about 1 or 2 guys being banged up. No, 4. That's insane. And then you look at the offensive line, the same thing. It's just, it's a mixture of bad luck, injury bug, and just not executing.
Yep.
And you could probably throw in a little bit of play calling and coaching if that's your thing. You add that all up, and it's just not but here's the thing. Here's the craziest thing about it. We still can go and win out and win the national championship.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which is just wild.
That's what I just want to see, man. I want to win tomorrow, obviously. Win out and get to the playoff and just see what this team does with the second season start. With that little break. I know it's not as big of a break that you get with a 4-team playoff, but still just that break from the whatever the date is, the Friday after Thanksgiving to December 19th or 20th, when you could get rested up and everything. And I just would love to see, and it might not be this, you might get eliminated the first round, or you might get to the second or third round, and that's fine. I would just love to get to that point and see what this team becomes then, when you get through this gauntlet of the schedule. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, obviously you looked on paper and said, golly, all these road trips right here, this is so tough. You're going to be away from home. But I didn't realize until we've gotten here how really tough
and actually live through it.
Yes, how tough it truly is, and how much of a toll it puts on this football team.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
You got road trips to daggum Ole Miss, Alabama, Texas. Throw in neutral site games to begin the year with Clemson. Neutral site game in Jacksonville, man. Haven't been home in 35 days, and it's
haven't played a ranked matchup in Sanford Stadium in over a year.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's true. Hey, Blake, I saw an interesting stat today. You being from Texas, this is interesting. Do you know Texas will finish the season playing only 2 ranked SEC opponents, and that's the first time an SEC team has gone let me get this stat straight, this fact straight. This is Texas playing only 2 ranked opponents will be the first time an SEC team has played 2 or fewer ranked opponents in the SEC slate since 1965 in Tulane before they the SEC.
I didn't know that specific stat, but I mean, I saw it, but the way you just described it and everything, that's just is mind blowing, really. And honestly, man, I'm not no conspiracy theorist or anything, but I feel like Greg Sankey told Texas, that he wanted them to come to the SEC. He said, "I'll give you the easiest schedule you can get in the first year.
Oh,
come on over here."
Oh, man.
And we'll give you, we'll give you
they were
Georgia.
handed to them.
We'll give you Georgia, so it'll make it look pretty competitive. But it's going to be at home.
At home,
And
on
we still
F1
start.
week or whatever,
Yeah.
Right.
No, you're 100% right. I think I could put on a tinfoil hat and go in with the experience.
But let's think about let's talk about Texas for a
that.
second. Think about how much money they bring. Just them. No, we're not including Oklahoma. We're not including any other SEC team. Just the Texas market is gigantic, man. And it's not just football either.
Oh, I can see the SEC office one day moving toward where you're living at, Blake, or Dallas sometimes. So, I mean,
I know it.
That's definitely, I don't know, man. I think I have some thoughts that I think I will sound very
Makes you think about it for sure.
Oh, I have some thoughts about maybe Kirby Smart and Greg Sankey's relation. I don't even know. Just a fan just spouting off, just thinking, wishful thinking with just how Georgia's schedules played out with Saban retiring and how Texas schedules got. Do you think that the SEC or college football or Greg Sankey, and now this is just me being like, this is crazy. I get it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I've done got this deep in it. Do you think they want another Nick Saban? Another Nick Saban, like the SEC, that's going to just dominate the footprint of the league and kind of be that guy that the coaches side with during SEC meetings and stuff, in a sense of kind of what Saban was,
right?
That you've gotten rid of him in a sense. Now you could kind of, and it could be a little bit different in the SEC office and meetings, and you not have like that bit. I don't know. It's just crazy. Something's just.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I know something just seems a little artificial about it. And this is way back whenever they announced the schedules for this season, which I guess was this time last year or sometime. I don't remember. But when I couldn't believe it, and it's time's going on and all. It's just, and now that we're in the middle of it and you're seeing all this, and don't even get me on the stew with the CFP committee.
No,
I'll stay out of that for now, because at the end of the day, we just got to win.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. But either way, all I know, the Dogs, they're gonna be fired up tomorrow night. Stanford's gonna be rocking and rolling, and it's gonna be loud. We got a freshman quarterback who's never been in an environment like he's gonna be in tomorrow night. And the Dogs are gonna come in there pissed off, just like they did when they went to Austin.
Yes, sir.
And they're gonna hunker it down, and they're gonna dominate. Now it's gonna be a good close game, but they're gonna dominate, I believe.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
I love
it, brother.
That's a fair analysis right there, Blake.
Let's do it.
Hey, we got to get you to Athens,
man. Yeah, we got.
You got to get your tail to Athens
next year. We're doing that. We're going to orchestrate during the off season and make it happen, Blake.
We'll do it. And earlier in the year, it was before the schedule came out, or at least the exact dates and all, because I didn't know it was going to be on Black Friday. I was thinking about going to the Tech game this year, but it ain't going to work out, with Thanksgiving and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it'll happen, and y'all will be the first to know on that side of the Mississippi.
Love it, brother.
I love it. Yes.
We can't wait to get that phone call, man.
And I got my score prediction for tomorrow. Like I say, I think Dogs are going to dominate, but it's going to be a good close game. But at the end of the day, they're going to pull it out, and I think it's going to be a 26-13 Dogs on top. We're going to stall out a few times, but old Mr. Payday, I like to call him.
Yes, sir.
Peyton's going to knock a few field goals through. Going to get two touchdowns, and defense is going to clamp down on them.
Payday.
I love it. That's good. That's good, Blake. Yeah. That's good. I love it, man. Great.
Oh yeah, Payday. That's what I call him. When I'm watching the game and he's lining up.
I think that's pretty great. I think that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
You need to trademark that.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, you and Peyton can make some money. You had
Hot Rod. Now you got you had Hot Pod with Pod Lesney,
right?
And now
Jack Pod too.
Jack Pod, yeah.
Payday.
Jack Pod, yeah.
That's right.
Ooh,
I love Payday. I like it.
I think. My breakout player, I guess you could say, I think Dylan Bell's due, and because he hadn't flashed a whole lot lately. He's had a few drops here and there, hits him in the hands, and but I think, like y'all said as well, with the running back room depleted, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dylan Bell get a few touches from back there in the backfield, as well as obviously at the receiver position. But I think he's going to gonna have a big turn up tomorrow for us offensively.
Heck yeah.
Yes, sir, brother.
I'll take it.
I love
we
it.
need him. We
Love
need
it.
him.
Y'all take some more calls, and I'll be listening.
God
All
bless you,
right.
brother. We love you, Blake. Go Dogs,
Go
baby.
Dogs.
We love y'all too. Go Dogs, baby.
Let's get
Oh,
it, man.
Blake.
I like it, man. I
From
love
Texas.
the feel of everybody right now. I love
Yeah.
the feel of everybody.
It's
Everybody
a quiet
It's
confidence.
a quiet confidence. We're still kind of unsure. It's not, but I like where everybody's at right now. I mean, it's huge.
This
Huge
doesn't
game.
feel like some sort of a trap game, and it really doesn't feel like it's a trap game because it's in Sanford. But it's not like we're coming into this thinking, oh, we're going to wipe them out. This is going to get ugly, overconfident. No, we understand as fans. I mean, hopefully, I'm sure the team knows this too. They got to come out tomorrow and play with their hair on fire if they expect to win this one. All right, welcome to Row 60. Who we got?
You got Taylor.
Taylor Fountain.
What's going on, Taylor?
Nothing. I was going to come and give my analysis on the game. But
Let's
Well,
hear
we
it,
wanna
man.
hear it, man.
What you think's going on with the Dogs right now?
well, I've lost all my confidence in Carson Beck. I don't know where the talent went that he showed a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But Trevor Etienne, he's gonna be out tomorrow, and Nate Frazier, he's been carrying the ball loose. He had a fumble in the Ole Miss game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He got to carry the ball a bit tighter.
Right.
I think tomorrow night. But Carson Beck, he can't. I think he just needs to be good enough to win. I mean, he ain't got to ball out to win. I think he just needs to play good enough. It's mediocre, and I think that we can get it done tomorrow. I mean, I'm glad this game ain't gonna be in Neyland Stadium.
Yeah.
Another road game.
Me too.
I mean, I'm glad we're getting this game at home. I hope it's going to be a blackout. I'm going to be there tomorrow.
Oh,
Good.
awesome, Taylor. Yeah, man.
I hope we're able to show something that we ain't show. I ain't seen this team play 4 quarters all year. And
Yeah.
I hope tomorrow's the night I see it.
Yeah. Maybe you're the good luck charm tomorrow where we get a full, complete 4-quarter game, Taylor, man. Hey, where are you sitting tomorrow? You know?
I think it's section 320.
320.
There you go, man. That'll be some good seats right there. It's anytime you're in Sanford Stadium, it's a good seat. Taylor, that is awesome that you're going to be there, man. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Your goal tomorrow was to wake up Sunday morning and not have a voice.
I was there against Auburn, and I was there against Tennessee Tech. And before that, I went to Ole Miss, Missouri. I've been to a lot of games in that stadium.
Nice. Good. Yeah.
Love it, man.
We got to continue our streak. I wonder what our streak is at right now. I know we have the longest active home game winning streak in the nation still. And I don't remember the exact number. I want to say it's like 26 or close to that, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, the last loss was against South Carolina in 2019 when Hot Rod missed the field goal.
Yeah, that was an ugly loss.
Yeah, Jake Fromm lost that game.
Yeah, 3 picks.
That was another time that we were talking about a veteran quarterback with that had regressed. I mean, that season had some similarities, you could say. And I agree. So, yeah, you're exactly right, though, Taylor. That's exactly what happened that day.
Taylor, do you have your black shirt picked out for tomorrow?
I'm hoping that I'm probably gonna wear my black Carson Beck jersey. Hopefully, it'll give him a little spark.
Yeah,
there we go. I love it. I love it.
Well, hey, when you get in the stadium tomorrow, come find us. We'll be at section 108, row 60, and it's right up against the wall. Come see us. We'd love to officially meet you. I mean, I don't know how we haven't already met.
Yeah, we need to do that
in Franklin County, but yeah, if you're walking up 320, yeah, you'll get on an escalator or something, but. Right before you get on, come see us. 108 though, for sure. We'd love to finally meet you, man.
Yeah, I think Carson. I hope he don't turn the ball over like crazy tomorrow. Because I think the turnovers. I think that's what Tennessee's hoping they can get a lot of stops. And I hope Carson don't throw 3 picks like he did against Texas, Alabama. He threw one against Ole Miss. I think it's 15 or like 12 interceptions in the last 5 games or something. But
Yeah.
I hope me wearing his jersey. I hope me wearing his jersey tomorrow help give him a spark.
Yeah. Adam just left. I think he's in the bathroom. Hey Taylor, right quick. Great analysis. Everybody always loves your calls in the comments. How you're not in? Are you still in middle school? Or are you in high school now?
No, I'm in high school.
Okay, you're in high school, but you're 9th grade, freshman, sophomore, what?
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
Man, you got a lot of good football knowledge for being a freshman, man. Everybody's always impressed with you calling in. So, but hey,
yeah, that's what Coach James used to tell me.
yeah. What are you? Let me ask you this: what do you want to do in life? Like, what's going to be your career one day?
Well, I really like dang go coaching under Kirby Smart one day.
Hey, there you go. You got to put in a lot of work to get to that level, but hey, if you start young and that's something you're really hungry to do, get to coaching and work your way up the ladder. A lot of these guys, some guy like Glenn Schumann never played a snap of football. I know you played in middle school. Are you playing in high school right now?
No, I didn't play this year. I broke my collarbone right before the season started.
Man, the clavicle, the collarbone, man, I know so many people who broke their collarbone, and that bone I feel like is just meant to be broken. I don't know. It's crazy, but man, that stinks. So are you going out next year for football?
Yeah, I ain't made a decision yet, but I don't know fully what I want to do yet.
Yeah.
But break last year when I was in Coach Gaines' class, I would show him some of my plays I could do. I'd draw them up on his whiteboard, and then he'd draw up like halfback tosses and string passes.
Oh yeah, yeah. We used to have this play in middle school, Taylor, called 30 touchdown. And I'm not kidding you. Every time we ran that play, he probably showed it to you. Every time we ran that play when I was a quarterback in middle school, we scored a touchdown. It was absurd. I don't get it.
He told
me
about it.
Yeah. It was, if I remember this right, you put the smallest guy on the team, you put him right behind your right tackle on the offensive line. You would put him in motion. You would snap the ball. You would fake kind of the end around to him. And then you would fake the halfback dive. So you'd fake it to 2 different people as play action pass. And then the guy who went in motion goes on a post, and he's the only one on the route. And man, every time worked to just complete perfection. So anyway, nobody really cares about that. But hey, yeah, Blake Newman, Taylor, he said you're going to be a young offensive coordinator. Would you rather coach the offense or the defense?
Oh yeah, I'd really love offense. I'm not really. I mean, I could coach defense. I just don't. I'm not really too big on a defensive scheme, but heck, I'd rather run a air raid offense. I think I'd be pretty good at that.
Yeah, air raid, boy, jeez, that is yeah, not many teams run that nowadays. Mississippi State's one. I'm trying to think of any others. Maybe Hawaii.
Yeah, when they had Mike Leach.
Yeah, Mike Leach. He was the inventor.
Mike Leach. Yeah, he was the inventor of it.
Yeah, God rest his soul.
If we lose tomorrow, I mean it's over. Heck, we're gonna be at 3 losses, and I mean when the college football playoff rankings come out, I was stunned to see that Georgia would be the first team out.
Yeah,
I mean if you put a neutral site and you put Boise State in Georgia, I mean. I don't think it. I mean, if we had a good game, I think we would blow Boise State out.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, and that's where there's a different. I'm sure you've seen this, but there's power ratings and then there's rankings, right? And rankings kind of tell the people where a team deserves to be, right? But ratings, power ratings say, hey, if we put this team on a field against this team, this is the team who would be favored in a neutral site game. Come on, Adam. I've seen in a lot of power ratings, Georgia's actually number 6, but in the rankings, they put us at number 12, and that's freaking ridiculous. I just don't. Nobody nobody is. We're literally number one in strength of record and probably strength of schedule too up to this point.
And we had number.
Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go to the college game day tomorrow in SEC Nation. I'm leaving early to go out there and see that. But I think I'm really hoping we wear our black jerseys tomorrow. I ain't seen them wear them until Cincinnati in 2021.
Yeah.
And we really didn't have that good of an out against them.
Yeah. Man, we need to return the black jerseys.
Yeah, the last time they wore them was the Peach Bowl, man.
Yeah.
The Peach Bowl after the January 1st, 2021. That's it.
And then before that was 16.
And
Louisiana, Lafayette.
20. Mississippi State in 20.
Oh,
COVID
yeah,
year.
shoot, that is right.
And then 16 against
Mississippi State.
Lafayette, somebody, yeah.
The Raging Cajuns or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, we wore them against Miami too.
Southern or
Or not Miami, but Hawaii
Yeah,
in 2008, the Sugar Bowl.
that's right.
We did, Taylor. That's exactly right, man.
Yeah, Auburn and Alabama. So, yeah, dude, if they come out in black jerseys tomorrow, that place would come unglued.
It would. I wouldn't get her hopes up.
I wish
It's fun to talk about, though.
I wish they would wear like the black pants with them too, like they do in the recruiting videos.
Yeah,
Heck, they have black pants and black jerseys.
man,
Heck,
I don't know. I
like the silver britches.
yeah, I like the
tops,
silver.
man.
We're traditionalists, Taylor, but man, somebody could convince me to wear all black. I think if you're going to do black pants, you should also do a black helmet too.
yeah,
I mean, if you're going black out, do it. Do the whole shebang.
I would be okay on the
like
jerseys.
Tennessee.
Yeah. I would be okay on the jerseys to do like a home night game with the black, silver breeches, and red helmets, and then one SEC road game with the red pants like they did in
Ooh,
Arkansas.
man, that's
I
so
love the red
Yep.
pants, man, and they're traditional.
Yeah.
They have a good history to them, and they look sharp, man. Especially, I think every time you go to Knoxville, definitely when you play Tennessee at Tennessee, you should be wearing red pants up there. It just feels right. But hey, man,
Yeah.
Kirby Smart's not about that. He's about just lining up and beating the man across from you and being physical and playing to the Georgia standard. And hopefully that's what we're going to see tomorrow night.
Well, I don't know. On college game day, heck, we might have to name Pat McAfee. Heck, you know how he likes everybody except Georgia picked Alabama against them in the SEC championship. He called the Dogs and then picked Alabama.
Yep.
I can't wait to see what he says about Georgia. He was shooting cannons through jerseys against Texas.
That's right.
He played them.
That's right.
Listen, he knows Georgia's a good team, and I think he likes. The only reason he's doing that is just because of the money, the fanfare, and the
fluff.
money, just to try to get
The fluff.
everybody rah rah, and that's why he's brought onto this show. It's not because he's just some great college football mind. He's just a big personality, and big personality means more people watching him, and more people watching means more dollars. So
Good
Heck,
point, Clark. Good
David
math.
Pollock was still on there.
yeah, you see, that's the thing. David Pollock, great football mind. Great, but in my opinion, much better football mind than Pat McAfee.
Oh,
I mean, we're talking about an All-American on
Yeah.
one hand, and then I don't know, was Pat McAfee an All-American
Oh,
punter,
yeah.
kicker? Probably.
100%.
Well,
He was-
I mean, he's a specialist.
he's a punter. He's a punter.
Yeah,
But he was a dang good one in the NFL and college, and a post
But-
kicker as well.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Pollock never had the big personality. I think he spoke a little too much about Jesus Christ, which I think is great. I don't think ESPN cares about that, and so I think he got the axe. But that's just me, being conspiracy theorist. Anyway, hey, Taylor, man, give one more time. I don't know if you've already done this or not. Give us a score prediction right quick.
Well, I mean, if we can play 4 quarters of football, I think the spread was 10 or something. I think it was 10. I think we'll cover 34-23.
No,
There we go.
34-23. Nice. I like it.
I love it. Just get a W. That's all that matters.
That's it.
I mean, Carson Beck, if he throws 3 picks, I mean, it's going to be a long night.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right. Can't turn the ball over. Play clean football, man.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, I want to give Coach Gaines a shout out before I leave.
Shout out
Shout
to
out
Coach
to
Gaines.
Neil Gaines.
Taylor, we appreciate it, man.
Yes,
Always
sir.
enjoy talking with you. Have fun tomorrow, man. Be loud. Go Dogs, baby.
All right, go Dawg.
Go Dogs. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nice.
Good old Taylor, man. That's good. That's
Taylor's a good football mind,
good.
Adam.
Caitlin, are you out?
Caitlin is leaving the building.
Mm.
She's got to get baby to sleep. She's patting her stomach. Love you. Be careful.
Be careful. Let us know when you get home.
Call us.
That's good.
Hey, Caitlin.
God, that busted my eardrum.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Give us a ring when you get home. Call me, and we'll put you on the show. Caitlin's like, nah, please don't.
Who do we got on the program with us tonight now?
The program.
Tell Caitlin I said be careful as well. You got Star Wars Dog here.
Star Wars
Star
Dog in
Wars.
the house tonight. How you doing, brother?
Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just kind of hanging out with some friends and in the old Discord, and
Okay.
kind of got the fights on. Trying to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, who is winning?
Yeah,
that, by
tell
the way?
us about how's that going, by the way. Give us an update.
It's still all exhibition matches. I think there's 2 more fights after this one.
Oh, they hadn't even started fighting yet, Paul and Tyson.
No, it's
Ooh.
going to be a minute.
So this is like the
then.
appetizer.
It's an
Leave it.
appetizer until we get to the meat and potatoes and stuff. We can make it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good deal. That's good to know. Thank you, Star Wars
That's
Dog,
right.
for that information. That's good.
Yeah,
to know.
yeah.
It's really good. To know.
I thought it was going to be starting at 7 myself, but nope.
Yep.
That's just when all the other cards started.
Well, good. Well, good.
Hey, right quick before we
Yes,
get into
sir.
the football chat.
Yeah.
Adam, do you know what Discord is? I'm just curious if Adam knows.
I
No.
have no clue. what
Just
it
take a
is.
guess. What do you think it is? Have you ever heard of Discord? Like, oh, I'm talking on
It's
Discord.
hard to describe to people, to be honest, because
Yeah, it is.
I've heard of like
very unique.
we have an accord. Like
Like Pirates of the
Pirates of the
Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Yeah, we have an accord.
Like an agreement. That's right.
Not
We have an
quite.
accord, and I love using that word. Like I'll break out. Do we have an accord? Like out of just
An
the blue, 'cause
agreement,
That's one of my favorite things. Like I love to use big words.
Oh, you used the big word on
Well,
this
the-
week's episode. No, wait. Never mind. We're not going to.
But yeah, do we have an accord? But I don't know what Discord means. I know what accord means, but I don't know what Discord means. Does Discord
Yeah.
mean that we don't have an agreement?
Well, that's discourse.
Yeah, discourse. Wait,
Yeah.
what does
All
the
right, what does
actual word
Discord-
discord mean? Wait, define. All right, the meaning is a lack of agreement or harmony. Yeah. So okay, Adam, where I'm going with this,
Yes.
Star Wars Dog said he was in Discord, meaning
Okay,
it's an app.
right.
And essentially, basically, you just go in and you talk, and there's
Nice.
different threads. It's a lot like the dog vent,
Yep.
Yeah.
but you do it with friends, not necessarily.
Right. About
Yeah,
just
you don't subscribe to
everything.
Discord, right?
Right.
So
right,
I was
right,
just seeing if you even knew what that is,
Right.
but
okay. No, I do not.
we
Do
need
not.
to get a
Yeah,
Discord.
you can be in different servers. Like I have my own. I'm usually hanging out in one of my Ranger buddies' Discords.
Awesome.
We do like video chats. So we're basically all sitting. It's kind of like a Zoom kind of thing, to where we're all sitting there on screen together. We'll play video games. You could stream your other screen so other people can see what you're watching. So like me and him, like he had the fight pulled up, so we were just watching it there together at the same pace. And
Yeah.
usually we're gaming in there and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
Yep. And I've got mine. Matter of fact, I'll drop the link.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome to jump in here and have fun with us.
Love that.
It's fun, man. Since I started getting into the YouTube space, it's been a lot of meeting some really, really cool people. I mean, I had a trip to San Antonio where I got to hang out with some of my Star Wars side YouTubers,
Yeah.
Awesome.
and they're really starting to take off and explode. But just the kind of people you can meet, and then you could get in here if you need somebody to talk to, or
Mhm.
it doesn't even have to be video chatting like that. You're just type out a message in a thread or whatever, and people respond to it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
yeah,
group
it's fun,
chat.
man.
Well, good.
I enjoy it.
Heck yeah. Yeah, man.
Yep.
We've gotten once again, we're going to keep shouting you out because you got a good, we call it program. Like us Southern, the Southern women in the church, they don't say like, "Hey, do y'all have a program?" They say program, a program. And so but you have a good program on Saturday nights after the games, man. We need to get back on with you. I don't know if we will tomorrow night, but at some point for sure we'll get back on and shoot the bull, man. But you're right though. You meet so many people online, and I know that's to some people that's really cheesy and corny, but it's true, man. Like. It's met
a new age. It's a new age.
Right. It is. And I mean, like what we're doing right now is thanks to internet. And it's really cool to have met people, not physically yet. And we do want to meet everybody in person, but this is an odd conversation.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean, it's true though.
I agree.
All good stuff. So, hey, Star Wars, tell us a little bit about college football, Georgia football. What's your take on what's been going on with the Dogs?
Well, if you caught my last program,
there you go.
It wasn't the most, and I'll steal this one from Adam. It wasn't the most jubilant of vibes.
That's right. That's understandable. Which was fairly warranted.
It was.
Oh yeah.
It was a tidbit. That game went to again. I'll steal it from Adam. Went to hell in a handbasket.
That's right.
And
yes, it did. It did. That's right. That's right. 100% did.
No,
did it get a little?
Couldn't have said it any better. Couldn't have said
Did it get a little erotic?
Yeah. It got a little
if
erotic.
You know. That's all I gotta say.
Earlier, we were referencing cupcake edibles for some reason, but
yeah, I saw that.
But no.
Oh my gosh.
But no. I mean, you got to laugh at it, otherwise you cry. I mean,
right. That's true. That's true. That's a good point. Good point.
This Georgia team just hasn't quite lived up to the standard.
Mm-hmm.
On all sides, there's all sorts of excuses, and y'all's breakdown after the Ole Miss game was absolutely spot on, because you can't just point the finger at one person. Now we need one person specifically to step up.
Yes.
And any program needs that type of a player. I mean, if you want to be successful, you have to have that it factor man.
Right.
And Clark, you had said it in your episode too, and I've been saying it on my show for the past couple of weeks now. And it comes off as harsh or whatever, and I'm honest, in all transparency, I'm trying to be funny, but Carson Beck is like a bowl of soggy oats to me. Just oatmeal with water. There's nothing going on there. There's no flavor, no brown sugar.
Yeah.
And it's just bland, and it sticks to the roof of your mouth. And
I like it.
I like it. That's a fair analysis. I mean,
I'm right there with it.
And maybe that's just his personality, his persona. But man, I don't know if I said this in the podcast, but I was talking with Adam on my way back to Ole Miss, or from Ole Miss, right after we got our flat tire, which was hilarious. But I was saying, you need a vocal leader at quarterback, right? Think about that for a second, because we talk about leadership styles, and you know this being, well, excuse me for my ignorance here. You were in the military. What branch?
Marine Corps.
All right. So you definitely know what it takes to be a leader, and there are different styles of leadership, right?
Correct.
And as a quarterback, you are the highest in terms of players. You're the highest on the totem pole for players as a quarterback, right?
Highest paid,
highest acknowledged. You're watched every single play, and
you get the smoking Instagram model. You get
exactly
the Lambo.
Exactly.
It comes with
all the bells and whistles.
That's right.
But you've got to be a vocal leader. Once again, we talk about different styles of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
There's different ways to lead. Yes. But when it comes to quarterback, man, I think there's only one way to lead, and that's vocal quarterback. And I think about Stetson, Stetson, I think about
vocal
Jake Fromm.
And respect is a huge element to leadership for sure.
Right. And to me,
on the give and the take.
Exactly. And to me, Carson, and Adam pointed this out on our phone call, he doesn't go over to the sideline and he just seems distant, isolated maybe on the sideline sometimes. And maybe maybe I'm not looking at it enough. Maybe we're just seeing what the TV shows us.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting the highlights, right?
Yeah.
That's it, man. I don't know. It's just, it's weird. I think too. Was it?
Blake said, right quick, Star Wars. Blake said, we need some brown sugar from CB15 tomorrow and a tall glass of OJ to
Wash it down. There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Sweet.
Yes,
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
But no,
Yes.
I agree, man. And I mean, tomorrow he needs to. He's got to play. He's got to show up and take command of this football game. And I think it'll come down to which team wins, who has better quarterback play between Nico and Carson.
Yeah, and obviously our defense has to do much better and not be caught flat-footed over the middle like we were against Ole Miss. Although, I mean, Heupel is a fairly decent offensive mind, but
absolutely.
I don't think he's no Lane Kiffin, and I do regret that we were the team that vindicated Lane Kiffin because I'm pretty sure we're not the biggest fans of his.
Yeah,
but,
I've thought about that yesterday. Star, you're exactly. That's another point.
Yep.
It's made me sick this week thinking about that. But yeah,
Yep.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Just had to point that out as well. You're right.
No, you're absolutely right. I thought we were in the same boat with that one.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's I'm going to keep my optimism.
Yep.
Although we can only go off of what we've been shown.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've been shown is that we are consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
And who knows? We might show up. The defense from the Texas game might show up out of nowhere, and we'll be like, "Oh, everything's fine."
Yep.
But we could also have 4 turnovers and a safety, and defense can't quite do enough to dig us out of the hole again.
Right.
It's just cautiously optimistic, but rooted in reality. I don't think our expectations for this team need to be sky high. Like I was saying in the early days of the season, where I was going for the shocker Pete and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If we make it, we make it,
Right.
and we have a possibility of doing it.
Right.
Is it likely? Maybe, maybe not. But all we have to do is win, and it sounds easier than it is, but if we continue to do that and somehow we pull our heads out of some cavities, we could get that done. And this might be a very surprising and blood pressure inducing season.
Yeah.
The cardiac dogs are back, baby. I mean, yeah, this is I was thinking about today.
They're slathered in butter.
Yeah. I was thinking about today, and Adam, we've both been talking about this. This season really does feel the most like 2019, just a really good defense, really talented, played well throughout pretty much the whole season, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a great
But
defense.
your offense just cannot complement them. And, whether it's turnovers, injuries, whatever, it's killing us. And you look at games like, you go back and watch the LSU game and the SEC championship, and you're thinking, man, we keep one of the quote unquote greatest college offenses of all time to maybe 17 points in the first half, which is that's not a small amount, but that's reasonable for LSU that year. And you're like, God, if we have an offense to counter this and to actually push the ball downfield
and add a little
extend
life
drives
and
add a little life
to the defense as well, then maybe you have a fighter's chance to get some.
Exactly.
But you're right. I mean, obviously a whole lot harder schedule this year than 19. But if you look at offensive stats, as far as lining up, they're mirror images of each other. Some people might not feel like that they feel like that 19 was a whole lot worse. But if you put paper on paper, and then you can say difference in opponents as far as talent wise, but if you put the stats together from where we were at this point in 19 and then this point here, you get a veteran quarterback that a lot of pressure on him, that he's regressed, and play calling questionable with some stuff, and you're right, that's what it kind of feels like, man. And 19 and they never got it humming and going, and you feel like this is going to be another year like that, in a sense that doesn't finish strong.
And another aspect of this season compared to that one is we have the good graces of a 12-team playoff, and it's coming to the aid of Georgia to where we still have the possibility. If this was last year or any other year, 2019, we'd already be out of the conversation.
Yeah. But what's so infuriating right now is like we kept talking about, oh, this 12-team playoff is going to help the most Georgia out of every team in America. Georgia will never not be in. We kept saying this over and over.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it tomorrow and you're like, gosh, if we lose tomorrow,
we're not in it.
I don't know if we're completely out of it, but 90% sure we're not in it. And that's crazy to think about, man.
You know, at least we can look back and say we didn't drop a game to Vandy. I mean, although we did almost drop to Tennessee, to Kentucky, but we didn't. And that's obviously we need to acknowledge Vandy is a different creature this year.
Right.
But nonetheless, I mean, our losses, albeit watching Alabama throughout, following that game and the other games, I find myself scratching my head saying, how in the heck did we lose to this team?
Yeah.
And then Ole Miss, we just simply, it's like we didn't bring our particular fortitude with us off the bus. Like we just had no energy. And for my show last week, I had Sundowners on, and I believe he was on with y'all one of the last times you were on too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But he was actually at the Ole Miss game as well, and he was telling me, he would look at the Ole Miss bench and they're jumping around to the music. They're like vibrating at a certain frequency.
Yeah.
And the Georgia bench was just dead calm. I mean, you could drop a bobber in that water and it would ripple for a minute and that's it. Like it just nothing. It was absolutely dead, and that that does nothing. I mean, we started off so strong in that game.
I know.
It was sack, pick.
Yeah.
And then we marched right down the field, ran it right down their throat.
Mm-hmm.
And they came back with a backup quarterback and shut us up real quick.
Yeah.
It does seem so weird. I think about some of these games they played in this year. And maybe this is just me. I don't know. I've been to every single one of them. But this feels so weird. This is a kind of a weird conversation, but it's like, do you remember a lot of plays from some of these games? Because I don't.
Texas is the only one. That
Texas,
really stands out.
but I mean, even then, what specific plays can you think of?
The third down conversion, Arian Smith.
Yeah.
The big play, the play to Oscar, the Oscar Delp down the sideline. Big explosive down there. When you came back and you answered right there, obviously the Dalen Everett.
But my point is here.
Sack, the blind side.
Yeah. That one.
And then Jalen Walker, some of his play, but really outside of that, you think about it this year, it's I don't know, man. It's been a weird feel.
Yeah.
Since
Lexington,
Kentucky, it's been weird.
Even I mean, regardless of where Georgia finishes this season, I think we'll look back at this as a very unmemorable,
right?
Lackluster kind of performance season. I mean, even if we go all the way, like, we could point to 21 and 22 and talk about, Darnell Washington jumping over people, Brock Bowers making a crazy catch against Florida where it rolls around people's shoulders and he takes it to the house. Like,
but that's my.
I mean, there are a handful, like you said. There's a couple things that stand out, but for the most part, man, this season is going to get lost in the wash. I think
that was my point in saying that, man. It's like so unmemorable, and I don't know if that's not something that really matters in the grand scheme of things, I guess, but it's just so weird.
Because of the expectation where we are. Some teams would have died to be sitting with 2 losses after this schedule.
Oh, yeah.
After this schedule, and the schedule's so brutal. It's like we thought, man, that this was a strong possibility. We said it. Everybody said it. Star Wars said it. Clark said it. I said it. Every Georgia fan was like, 10-2 is a strong possibility. But I think it's just the way that some of the wins have been, and that's a spoiled fan base because a win's a win. The games in Lexington, how the Alabama game started out getting behind, but then almost coming back. I mean, how weird that was. The Florida game, maybe not. Yeah, you beat Florida by a couple, 2 touchdowns or so. And
Right.
that's good. You take that, but still you kind of left that game kind of feeling, but it wasn't maybe our best performance. And then you play the worst game in the Kirby Smart era since the 2017 Auburn game, in my opinion. And then it's just kind of setting that feeling up, even though you expected 2 losses, just kind of like, I don't know. It's weird. And it comes to us now because we've gotten so used to being undefeated in the regular season, being in the conversation.
Well, yeah, we've been spoiled.
Oh, the last time that Georgia was the last season of college football, Star Wars, with a 14 playoff and everything, that Georgia did not have a chance to win the national championship. Going into SEC championship weekend was 2016. From 2017 on, 2020.
We don't throw that out the window. But before that,
2020. Before that, but every regular season that wasn't the COVID, wasn't the COVID year, was 2016, man. So we've been very spoiled.
Yeah, we'll scrub that one.
And an entitled fan base, but it feels weird where they're at now. But this new format that you still have it in front of you, that's the crazy thing, is we're all kind of, with some, I've been a little bit of just, negative with it, but really, you still can, if you just keep winning, you can find yourself, deep in a playoff run. But it's like I said earlier, man, I know you agree. I know every Georgia fan agrees. We just want to win these next 3 games and get in the playoff, see where we're going to match up with, and then just see what happens from there, man.
Yeah. I tell you, we're going to see who are true fans. If we were to lose tomorrow, we're going to really see who are true fans. It's going to kind of be a cleaning, cleaning of the house in terms of fans that haven't been there. They just kind of hopped on board here recently, but and we'll take whoever we can get. But I don't know, man. I'm getting sick and tired of the people bashing this team. Yeah. I'm just getting sick and tired of people bashing the team. I'm all for being critical and trying to figure out solutions as if what we say even matters. But I do think it's important for us to kind of keep this conversation going, but also to support the team, to be there tomorrow, to be glued to our TVs tomorrow, and
excited,
excited. Yeah. Well, because the players see this stuff, man. They see it on social media. They feed off this stuff.
Well, it all boils down to it. Like I say all the time in every podcast, all these college shows is savor the moment, man. Enjoy having a big game at night, whether you're at home, there, wherever, against a historic rival. That's basically an elimination game for the playoffs. Enjoy it, man, because we're going to be sitting on a random day in March thinking, man, I wish I could watch some live college football right now. So that's why when, obviously you won't see Georgia win. But anytime that you get a chance to watch them boys put the G on their helmet and run out the field in Sanford Stadium and watch it with
play
family,
American
friends,
tackle football.
and play American tackle football. That's exactly right, Star Wars dog. Gets you fired up, man, and you don't get many of them moments. And rather, whatever Georgia's record is, it's still Georgia football, and you need to enjoy every time you see them go on the field, man. And that's what I love about our family here. The Row 60 family is like-minded with that. So that's why I just encourage everybody, even though in the back of our minds we might have more doubt than we've had in a while. It's been a blessing for just to get to this point and just starting to have that doubt now than how many years we've gone with what we've seen and been blessed with. But go into it, man. Cheer your heart out and see what happens tomorrow. I truly believe if Georgia wins tomorrow, they win out. It's a playoff game. And then I truly believe that Tennessee will be eliminated tomorrow if they lose. I don't think their schedule will be strong enough to make it as a 2-loss team. Tennessee will, especially with losing head-to-head to Georgia.
I think there's too many options.
Yeah, how beautiful would that
be?
Too
many options. I mean, you also got A&M depending on what they do. I'm planning on doing that tomorrow night. We'll after tomorrow night, we'll know some answers on how we might be able to figure out what the heck's going to happen with the SEC and as far as the championship goes and everything else. But as far as everything else you were just saying too, I'm all for fans being realistic and I encourage people to call it as they see it. But let's obviously not forget that we're fans of this program, and we're not. We don't need to be fair weather fans. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
You have the right to be disappointed, obviously, but let's just keep it in check.
Well,
let's not
Yeah, and I just don't think
Let's not shave our heads and get green tattoos on our arms and whatnot.
Yeah,
you know,
I just don't think it's productive as a fan base
right.
to be super over the top, critical, bashing the team like that. That just does nothing. And people may argue, well, what does actually being positive do? But
it could be therapeutic a little bit.
Yeah. Look, I'm all for that. Like after the game, me and Adam, I wish that should have been the podcast the other night. Was our phone call
Right.
after the game? I mean, I'm telling you, it was, just had to get it out. But yeah, we need to start recording that for Patreon. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
After a loss, it's
with that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
But,
It's man.
I'm telling you, we say I think that's when we have our best analysis, though. Honestly, is right after.
Oh, 100%.
It's
100%.
just, I don't know what it
is.
is.
Well, I mean, feelings. That's what everybody's say. Right when it's fresh off the emotions of what just happened. So
yeah,
that's why that's when I want to do my 11 Deep Dogcast.
Yeah,
I mean,
there you go. That's
right after the games and everything's fresh, the emotions are running.
Mm-hmm.
Might not be the most measured takes, but yeah, they're
it's at least entertaining.
They're in the moment.
It's good stuff. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So
all good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're on tomorrow night, we'll be coming back from the game, and I just depending on traffic.
Yeah,
I might hop on later, like late tonight. I mean, I can't stay up all night, but
yeah,
we went to almost 2 that one the last time we were on.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But y'all, if you're not,
we tend to average about 3 hours or so. I think we've gone all the way to 4 once already this year.
Yeah,
there you go.
But hey, if you guys,
well, boys, I'll go ahead and go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to shout you out. I was going to plug you. Yes, go check out Star Wars Dawg. Go check out his channel on YouTube. Go subscribe and watch the 11 Deep. You call it the Dawg Cast, right?
Yep, Dogcast.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Live show right after it starts at 11 Saturday nights. After
11:30, depending on the end of the game. Yep.
But go check it out.
Yep.
It is. I'm telling you, it's a great conversation. They have a good time. It's a lot like this in a different format, but it's just same college football talk, Georgia football talk. Y'all love it. Trust me. Go check them out. Star Wars. Hey man, we greatly appreciate it. Give us a score prediction right quick.
God, I don't even know if I want to.
Are you picking the Vols?
No, like I said, no. Cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
There you go.
We're gonna eke one out by 3. We're gonna put it on the foot of Peyton Woodring.
Oh boy.
And goodness. Oh man, I'm going through it. If we get the defensive performance of last time, it might turn into a shootout. So it might be in the 30s. I hope not, because we might not be able to get there. Yeah, let's say 35 to 31.
35, 31.
We'll do that.
I like it.
4-point game.
I like it.
Game. Yeah,
I'm good
like
with
it.
that.
There we go.
Wow,
there we go.
Way over.
I think that's about right.
There we go.
Yeah,
Love it.
Love it.
but everyone, listen. Do me a favor. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the like on this video. Help these guys out. If you're on the Facebook, make sure to get over to the YouTube. Drop them a sub and a like, and there's a little notification bell there. So whenever they post something like their poll for their pick sixes, you will see that pop up, and you'll be able to get on there and vote. And let's help Adam actually get a win here.
Thank you, Star Wars. Appreciate that.
And maybe somebody could teach him how to play rock paper scissors one of these days. But
I just outsmart him. It's not even. I just know what he's going to do, and anyway.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point, Star Wars. I appreciate that, bro.
Overanalyzing.
That's right. That's right.
But hey, we greatly appreciate you, man. Thank you for showing me that YouTube poll feature. I didn't even know that existed until the other day. So
you could actually do it in the live chat too if you ever wanted to do a poll like that.
Okay.
Also, you could work on. I'm betting you're monetized at this point. You could work on activating memberships and super chats so people can can send you money out of their good graces and help y'all get the games and continue to bring us this awesome content.
Well,
and
we're looking into the monetization thing. I think we're going to hold off on just a little bit, just make sure we can actually go through with that. But yeah, that'd be nice.
You and the IT team.
The IT team of one.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Of course.
The army of one over there.
Well, Adam, listen to this. Adam was before the show, we were eating some Mexican. He had some cheese dip, and he goes up to Kelsey, his wife, and goes, "Hey, do I have any cheese, like dried cheese in my beard?" Yeah. I was like, Adam, go see the makeup department about that. It was just, we just make jokes like that. We like to laugh at ourselves. We're not a big team. We're literally a team of two.
Hey, y'all are part of the media now. You got the whole team. You got the lighting. You got the boom mic.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
We're putting on a professional show around here.
That's right.
Well, gentlemen, I know you're going to the game. It's going to be a late night. Hopefully, if we're still on, you're always welcome to be on with me on my program. Anyone in the chat too. I drop links for people too. So if you want to come in and give your opinion on the game, feel free. If you're able to stay up like a crazy person like me and my friends, feel free to drop on by. Obviously, if not, catch the show during the week. But gentlemen, have a fantastic night.
Yes,
everybody in chat, you're doing fantastic. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Appreciate Star Wars, Dogs.
Thank you, Star Wars.
Go Dogs, baby. Woo, man.
Great time, man. Star Wars always bringing the juice.
Old Blake talked about the old Row 60.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. He said Row 60, ESPN, fake news, etc.
That's right.
Adam, the people wanted to know earlier, has the Row 60 College Game Day sign been retired?
It's still out there.
Is it in the shop?
It is in the shop.
Do we have the painters poles?
I don't know about that. I don't know where they went.
Well, I don't know.
We're gonna have to talk after.
Do the people want to see the game day sign? I mean, I feel like yes, but the problem is we don't have enough men, boots on the ground to go hold that thing. Actually, I will figure it out if we do take it. Tomorrow. Man, I want to get some stuff for the patrons. I would love to go around, especially for the people who can't be in Athens tomorrow. Get some just good tailgate scene.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Walk around. So that might be what we do in place of the game day sign. I'd love to put the game day sign up. We need to just find two guys to hire them. Hire them out of our very limited budget. Oh man. Blake said, y'all remember Row 60 After Dark? Adam was in the car, looked like he was on an episode of Ghost.
Oh, yeah, I had to go because I was getting rowdy and could wake up my daughter back then. And, that was a good time. Hey, let's go ahead and say this. Let's do one of them. We hadn't done it this year. Late Thanksgiving night after we got our bellies full, getting ready for the Tech game.
I don't know about that.
Late Thanksgiving night.
It might be maybe.
Yeah, you can do it.
Tentatively. What if I set you up doing that?
Sure, why not? Why not? I'm talking about late, like after all the family festivities. I'm not talking about cranking the thing up at 8 o'clock.
So it's got to be late,
like a Star Wars Dawg 11 deep late type deal. We're going to do that. So.
All right, we're going to take one more caller. I've been waiting on this man.
Here. There we go.
This man is I'll let him introduce himself. Go ahead. Oh wait, hold up. Sorry.
Clark.
All right, one more time. Go ahead.
What a way to finish off the night.
There we go. Uncle Bert.
Uncle Bert.
There we go.
Hey, you found your phone, Uncle Bert, right?
Bam!
Boom!
Uncle Bert.
We got the phone back.
You got the phone back. For the people who don't know, Uncle
We got
Bert,
the phone back.
Uncle Bert last week.
We kind of. Bam!
Boom!
Okay. Uncle Bert last week was at Ole Miss, and
we did. We heard that. I heard that's what that tire sounded like when it blew out. Bam!
Bam! Yes.
Bam!
Right.
Yes. Uncle Bert last week was in Ole Miss with us, and he lost his phone somewhere in section N. We were in section L. It was a debacle. I was really concerned for Uncle Bert and him finding his phone, but thankfully he found it, which is great.
The only good thing that happened.
Thing that happened, yes,
was Uncle Bert found his phone. That's good. That's good. At least something positive came out of the experience. So.
Well,
the only good thing that happened, you're exactly right. Adam, you're exactly right. Bam! But
I was really worried about.
You are way delayed there, Uncle Bert. I think.
We're on a delay. We're on a delay. I'm listening to myself. This is kind of weird.
That's good. You need to listen to yourself on it, Uncle Bert. I love it. I love it.
Well, that's just
Hey, your nephew Jack says hello.
Yeah, all y'all families in here laughing. We're laughing at y'all.
Oh boy, where are y'all at tonight? Are y'all in? Are y'all in
Hello,
Athens?
Jack.
Are y'all in
Y'all
Athens?
need to come see us. Y'all need to come by the tailgate tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Are y'all in Athens right now? I'm assuming at your house, right?
We're in Athens, Georgia. Yeah, we're in God's country.
Good. Good to know.
That's good.
Blake Gaddis, Uncle Bert said that you are a
You got
true
it.
legend.
Yeah,
That's true.
God's country.
We're on a 10-second delay here.
Blake Gaddis. Look at you. I love Blake.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Blake Newman, another Blake, said,
Yeah, it's
you
horrible.
sound fun.
Uncle Bert sounds fun. I love it.
Blake Gaddis.
Blake
Who's
Newman.
Blake Newman?
Blake
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Blake Newman.
Oh, didn't mean to cuss. Sorry.
No, Blake Newman is out in Texas, Uncle Bert.
Great guy. You would love Blake
Nah.
Newman too.
Oh, hey, what? He got his ass beat by Georgia.
No, Blake
Oh,
Newman is
whoops.
a DG. He's one of us.
Yes, he's one of us, Uncle Bert. This is getting out of hand. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
There's no need to call.
I'm
Waffle
one of
House.
y'all. Yeah.
No. Okay.
All right, we got.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm getting off.
Okay.
Uncle Bert.
We'll see. Uncle Bert ain't right. Yeah, that's
Y'all
true.
come by the tailgate. We'll be out there.
All right,
Uncle
we'll
Bert.
talk to you tomorrow, Uncle Bert. All right, bye. Love you. That, folks, is my Uncle Bert. There is no need to call Waffle House tonight. There's your entertainment. Blake Newman said, Uncle Bert already started tailgating. That man is ready. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Uncle Bert. Wow. What a call.
I love that. Blake.
I don't-
Uncle Bert's already started tailgating. He's already.
We got to go by their tailgate tomorrow, Adam, see what's going on. Are they out there outside of Sanford right now, just letting it rip?
Sounds like Uncle Bert's already cranked it up about 5 notches.
10. Forget 5 notches. That's. Oh my gosh! Wow. I gotta go to this comment and we'll end this, man.
All right.
What a night.
What a night.
Star Wars said new sticker Uncle Bert cartoon with him and a toy gun with a little flag coming out that says "Bam,"
Yes.
not "Boom," Adam. Bam. That is what that tire sounded like coming back from Ole Miss. Oh my gosh! Take a breather. Oh man,
I can't breathe. That's good. It's good to laugh. It's healthy to laugh.
we need to laugh after
10
what
notches.
we've endured this
That's
season
right.
as Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, man.
That was good. That was pure gold.
All right, folks. We're
Oh,
going to
yes.
wrap this one up. Man, my head's hurting from laughing. Hey, it's do or die tomorrow. We said it on the marker board. We're going to keep saying it. Do or die.
Do or
You just
die.
got to go in,
Do or die, baby.
play with your hair on fire. Man, just run the freaking football. If we can establish the run game between tackles, and it's going to be tough to do because we're down 4 guys, we'll be all right tomorrow, Adam. I'm feeling good. I'm sticking with my score. 24-14. Dogs on top. Just do it, baby.
Let's do it, man. Hey, look, it's Tennessee. Georgia owns Tennessee here in recent years. Past 7 years in a row. Like I said, it's been 38-13. I know, obviously, these are different teams, and you can't go off last year, the year before last, or whatnot. But still, I just don't think that this Kirby Smart football team and this program is going to come and play like they did last Saturday 2 weeks in a row. Georgia's not lost 2 games in a row since 2016. That's 8 years ago, man. And it's not happening this year. Georgia's going to win this football game, like I said in the podcast, 24-17, 1 touchdown win. Athens is going to be rocking. And then you win 2 more after that. New season, playoff, national championship, hopes and dreams still alive. But the first playoff game of the 2024 college football season for the University of Georgia starts 7:30 tomorrow night in Athens, Georgia. Whether you're there or you're at your house or wherever party watching this game, be loud, wear your black tomorrow at home or if you're in the stadium. Enjoy this one, folks. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a big one. We got to have it. Playoff football tomorrow night in Athens. Go Dogs!
Go Dogs!
Woo!